Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, love, and light to all the American Aborigines. This your brother, Aboriginal Power. It's another Wake and Bake show. Make sure you hit that like button, thumb up the video, and share the live stream. Let's get it, y'all.
Whatever it takes. It's Helly. I seek no rewards. Look.
Pressures of being great. I'm tatted with scars. I feel the look from their eyes. I know they gazing from far. Overcoming my fears. I never wanted this life. Been giving them pain. Know my soul been paying the price. Give fuck about the ice. Really, I just give on my life. Been thinking too much. Inside my head, I'm living it twice. Been feeling convicted. Every time I step on this mic, my art form, it come from God. This ain't no gimmick, my nigga. The vision really is vivid. See my canvas and shiver. Every time I'm here to deliver. My ex bitch, she ain't believing. Now she crying me rivers. She got a heavy heart, but ain't no time for reminiscing. Guard my energy, won't turn me to a victim. Believe in my potential, fuck what you projecting. I make you see my words, like this is a projection. I pray to God to guard my soul, yes, I need some protection. Ain't busted down my watch, ain't busted down my chains. Got everything to lose, got everything to gain. Yeah, my soul tied to this shit. And I told the opposition that I'll die for this shit. It's you versus you. Never let this fucking world ever tell you who the fuck that you supposed to be. It's you versus you. Never let them tell you who you are. Define yourself, nigga. Focus on your dreams. It's you versus you. Never let this fucking world ever tell you who the fuck that you supposed to be. It's you versus you. Never let them tell you who you are. Define yourself, nigga. Focus on your dreams. It's you versus you. It's you versus you. In conversation with myself, the hardest battle of all. And when you look inside that mirror, are you seeing your flaws? I became a man, and my dad was never involved. But all these people trying to be the same, it's hard to evolve. Gave birth to a poet. Really, I just write what I saw. And all them days alone writing, it was just me and God trying to find my purpose. I needed a sign. Many days I was lost, I was trapped in a bind. The type of fear that I felt, you can feel in your spine. It's me versus me. I knew that I was different from niggas. I talk my shit. And really, I be shitting on niggas. I'm staying humble. Yeah, I'm staying humble. Ain't busted down my watch, ain't busted down my chains. Got everything to lose, got everything to gain. Yeah, my soul tied to this shit. And I told the opposition that I'll die for this shit. It's you versus you. Never let this fucking world ever tell you who the fuck that you supposed to be. It's you versus you. Never let them tell you who you are. Define yourself, nigga. Focus on your dreams. It's you versus you. Never let this fucking world ever tell you who the fuck that you supposed to be. It's you versus you. Never let them tell you who you are. Define yourself, nigga. Focus on your dreams. It's you versus you.
Don't let this fucking place define you.
It's you versus you.
At the end of the day, you gotta look at it. Who are
It's
you?
you versus you.
What do you do this for? They're always gonna tell you what you're supposed to do, but at the end of the day, walking like God's plan.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel, man. Let's get right into it, man. This just the intro, so I need everybody to hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel, man. Share the live stream.
From the
past, you gotta pay attention.
Share that live stream, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video as y'all come in.
Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. They won't say my name, but they put it in a mention. Too much sneak dissing, yeah, we need an intervention. Right before the fall, I swear my niggas, they won't listen. Right before the fall, you took them pills, you got addicted. Right before the fall, you run your mouth, you turn to dentist. Free my niggas in the cage, know that shit get lonely. You was with me from the start, but you did me phony. Look my bitch right in the eyes, tell her she my only. Poppin' shit on Instagram, they don't even know me. Had to turn my savage up to turn me to the old me. Killers moving silent, so I gotta kill them softly. Lie better, little baby, better lie better. You playing the other side on God out. Trendsetter, no talking, I did better. They watching my moves, flying my moves. I did let up, I kept it 1,000. Niggas get shifty, I dead. Something I'm moving around. Had to get to it, this bread, something they want me to drown. Remember they told me I was nothing. I've been through some things on God, baby, I can't front it. Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. They won't say my name, but they put it in a mention. Too much sneak dissing, yeah, we need an intervention. Right before the fall, I swear my niggas, they won't listen. Right before the fall, you took them pills, you got addicted. Right before the fall, you run your mouth, you turn to dentist. Free my niggas in the cage, know that shit get lonely. You was with me from the start, but you did me phony. Look my bitch right in the eyes, tell her she my only. Poppin' shit on Instagram, they don't even know me. Had to turn my savage up to turn me to the old me. Killers moving silent, so I gotta kill them softly. Do better, you said that you do better. These niggas playing at 50, I really got moved better. I got these on my block, I can't play round. I position one my life, I can't play round. We gon' get it back in blood if they stay round. Know them niggas off the drugs, they gon' lay down. I was love, you put me right in the middle. That niggas that screaming gang and niggas that wanna kill you. They got feelings from the past, pay attention. They only sending shots cause these niggas want attention. Won't be no RIP, heli in the mention. Put threats on my name, make me turn them to a pension. Feelings from the past, yeah, you gotta pay attention. They won't say my name, but they put it in a mention. Too much sneak dissing, yeah, we need an intervention. Proud before the fall, I swear my niggas, they won't listen. Proud before the fall, you took them pills, you got addicted. Proud before the fall, you run your mouth, you turn to dentist. Bring my niggas in the cage, know that shit get lonely. You was with me from the start, but you did me phony. Look my bitch right in the eyes, tell her she my only. Poppin' shit on Instagram, they don't even know me. Had to turn my savage up to turn me to the old me. Killers moving silent, so I gotta kill them softly.
Hey, this the last intro song, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. I need everybody to hit that like button. It's your brother Original Power. It's another Wake and Bake show, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Drop your city and state in the chat, man. Drop your city and state. What y'all smoking on this ground? Shout out to all the American Aborigines, FBAs, and all the American Negroes in the building.
Just say when, just say when, just say when, just say when. I gotta feed the block, fuck with he only gon' lose his top, yeah. All the time that I lost, I'm watching both hands on top of the clock, yeah. My niggas, they say I'm the one, I had to believe inside I'm a pop, yeah. I got a voice inside, they tell me to live, and I can't stop, yeah. Just say when, I'm waiting for you, just say when. I'm waiting for you, just say when. I'm waiting for you, just say when. Waiting. Go now, I was watching it go down, I don't feel like I'm whole now. All the love that I get from the whole town, yeah, we know that it's up now. Thank God that we moved from whole pounds, we be rocking them shows now. Paranoid that I got from a past life, got me gripping the 4 pound. Wild life I was living before now, now we breaking the dough down. Same pain that's inside of my heart, nigga, on God I won't fold down. Shine light, got a shine on the whole crowd, show the world how to glow now. God body what I'm giving the world now, cause I'm showing my son how. Gotta move hand, think like AK. Gotta move hand, think like AK. Gotta move and think like AK. Like AK, yeah. I gotta feed the block, fuck with he only gon' lose his top, yeah. All the time that I lost, I'm watching both hands on top of the clock, yeah. My niggas, they say I'm the one, I had to believe inside I'm a pop, yeah. I got a voice inside, they tell me to live, and I can't stop, yeah. Just say when. Just say when. Just say when. Just say when. Waiting. Just say when. I'm waiting for you, just say when. I'm waiting for you, just say when. I'm waiting for you, just say when. Waiting.
Peace and blessings to all the American Aborigines, all the American FBAs, all the American Negroes. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We got a nice one lined up for you guys today. We're going to be talking about a few things. Y'all see the title, man. Y'all see the title. I ain't got it, you know what I mean? Why do history books lie about black people history? This is a live open debate. So at any given time during this live stream, including at this very moment, you could call in at any time. The call-in number is on the screen. We're going to be getting into a various different topics. I got a little bit of audio that I'm going to piggyback off of to start the conversation, and we'll get right into it. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I'm ready to drop a fire emoji in the chat right now if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Before y'all do that, man, I want y'all understand that I want y'all to have a peaceful day, a blissful day, and I hope y'all be safe on your daily commute and as y'all traveling around. So let me shout out some of the brothers and sisters that took their time out to come shout out Big Aboriginal Power and come support the channel. Also, make sure y'all hit that like button. Double down on that like button. I need y'all to put some heavy pressure on that like button ASAP. Shout out to Big Dog Philly OG, Miss Jelly, Blockhead, Craig Lloyd, Aboriginal Think Tank, Elizabeth Young, Eastside 14, Tariq Tassetti, Chick Homily Roots, TT Portier, Stephanie Burke, Craig Lloyd, E. Knotts, Big Dog Philly OG, Big Block, Rodney Lewis, Snake God, Elizabeth Young, Truth Over Everything, Acknowledge, Tyrone Ling Ling. What up, bro? I was just talking to the wife about you last night. I said, where Tyrone been at? Shout out to Kevin Gilbert and Not a Coincidence in the building, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to Tamika Wright, TSL, Rob Nosh's podcast, Yanetta, King Hawk, Anetta Jones. Who else we got in here that I might be missing on the way up? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We're just getting started. Miss Jelly, did I say that already? I think I already shouted the sister out. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I need y'all to drop them fire emojis in the chat. That's let me know that the audio is good on you guys' end. I just want to make sure that the audio is good on you guys' end. So please drop that fire emoji that lets me know in the chat that the audio is good. Shout out to Black Wolf in the building, man. Listen, they be lying about our history, man. I'm just gonna jump straight into it, man. I ain't giving y'all no heads up. We jumping straight into it. Shout out to Thompson that's got us in the building. They've been lying about our history, man. They've been lying about the identity, the who we are, the false identity of the American Aborigines or the Aboriginals of America. All right, they've been lying to us. They lied about who we are. They lied about slavery. You know what I'm saying? They even like in old movies and telling these motherfucking random people that no, your ancestors came up with mathematics. It was the Maya and the Inca and that. Nigga, you Mexican looking motherfuckers ain't no goddamn Incas and Mayans. Stop telling these people that. They be putting out these false narratives inside of movies and shows and little clips and shit. No, shout out to real niggas who been putting out this work. Shout out to niggas like 1,000 Go Ahead. Shout out to niggas like Attention is one. Shout out to the what's that one nigga who be putting out all them pictures who just be all angry and arrogant and shit. What's that nigga name? Fuck, I forget that nigga name, but he be putting out the photos and shit in the Aboriginal community. Damn, what's his name? Hold on just a second. Let me go get this nigga name real quick. My bad, y'all had to go look into my. Yeah, that's right, Tyron. Al the fucking legend. He old arrogant, cocky motherfucker. But shout out to him. He been out here doing his thing. Hey, April Don, 1,000 Go Ahead was the first channel I came across. You understand me? No bullshit. I used to love watching 1,000 Go Ahead. And a lot of y'all might not even understand that Medicine Man had been around just as long as 1,000 Go Ahead. Shout out to Medicine Man. On my channel was the first time anyone had ever heard Medicine Man's voice. Nobody had never heard his voice. Nobody's never heard 1,000 Go Ahead voice. I might make that come true for you guys as well. Shout out to 1,000 Go Ahead if he's still around. You see what I'm saying? I would love to get that brother on the platform to give some of his opinions and understanding on this Aboriginal perspective. So shout out to them brothers, you know what I'm saying, putting in this work who they didn't say too much, but actions speak louder than words. They put out an imagery, picture says 1,000 words, and a lot of those photos has usurped and sparked conversations for a lot of brothers to get into. But like I said, they've been lying about our whole fucking history, yo. And also, shout out to Chief Holiday. A lot of people didn't do this open panel conversation platform style that you see in this conscious community, like besides like your Sonetta and shit like that. Shout out to motherfucking Shout out to my boy Chief Holiday, man. He allowed a lot of people to come through his platforms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Aborigine, he cool. You know what I'm saying? He was around for a little minute. I give him credit, but they push a Native American talking point. They don't push the same shit that I talk about. They don't speak out against foreigners in my land. The reason I brought up Thousand Goldhead and Al the Legend and A1 and Chica, these niggas speak on foreigners as well, and they make sure they bring out the true aspects of what we're dealing with here in America, man. We dealing with no bullshit, man. We dealing with some of the brightest human beings on the planet. Not only that, we have unrevealed the greatest mystery in the world. The greatest lie America has ever told is who are the Negroes, who are the blacks in America. That's one of the greatest lies ever told. All right, so listen, man, I've been coming with heat. This is my third day on heat. We backing it up. We got open panel topic debates. We're going to get into some of this audio, but I need y'all to support the channel. I'm going to need y'all to support that channel, man. Let's get these likes up too, man. We looking a little light on the likes, man. Can we please get the likes up? Let's see what we looking like on the likes. Let me go to the analytics real quick before I even jump into this info. Let me jump into these motherfucking analytics. Let's see. I mean, I'm going to tell you exactly how many likes we got in here. We got 94 people in here. You understand me? Hold on. Let me see them people. Yeah, we got 94 people in here. You heard? And we only 61 likes. Come on now. We got to do better than that. We should have way more likes than. I know 30 haters in here. It's impossible. It's impossible to have 30 haters in here not supporting Big Aboriginal Power platform by just hitting the like button. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible. I see we had 5 people go hit the like button since I said something, but it's all right. I ain't going to beg you niggas to hit the like. I got something for y'all asses. Shout out to all my family in the building. Shout out to Shay Pink 40. Shout out to Enoch. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Once again, I'm going to need y'all to drop them fire emojis one good time before we go. I'm going to need y'all to drop them fire emojis before we go, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, I don't know what y'all know what's going on. Y'all better act like y'all know something. This is the Wake and Bake Show. You know what I'm saying? Let me get it right. Let's get it right, goddamn. You understand me? We ready to get it in. So if y'all ready to get it in, y'all let me know. Y'all let me motherfucking know. Goddamn me. And niggas comment on my video yesterday about what I said. Listen, I said what I said about who I said what I said about. If y'all got an issue, y'all can come on this motherfucking panel and address it. Don't get in my comments, because that's going to get you cussed the fuck out. Getting into my comments, telling them how to run shit. I'm just going to let you know. But yeah, nigga, we're going to get straight into the video and audio that I got lined up for you guys. Let's get right into that right now. Listen, man. This is a nice little video from Thousand Goldhead. I just want to bring this to y'all. Let's get it, man.
Gandhi. The name's not Gandhi, friend. It's...
No names in here. Well, not real ones anyway. I mean, it's not written on this, so there's got to be a reason for that, isn't it?
We'll use nicknames then.
Yeah, all right. Let's make this easy.
We already have numbers.
Yeah, and visual.
You're black. I'm white. You're brown. We've got blonde hair. Brunette there.
Dark, I suppose.
And then last as well as least, we've got deaf.
Tough last round.
Yeah, whatever. Any objections?
Apart from your grossly insensitive sexual and racial stereotyping?
Well, if you're the sensitive type, you shouldn't be here, love.
I'll take Brown over Gandhi. It gets us talking about something that matters.
Push these narratives like, yeah, you's a monkey ass nigga who like great Kool-Aid, motherfucking watermelon, and fried chicken. No, niggas don't even like all that shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's people in the chat that don't like maybe one or two of them things. Now, I won't lie. Now, nigga like some fried chicken. Now this goddamn little, you know what I'm saying? Italian nigga, he on to something now. You on to something.
There you go. Huh? I can't do this, Tony.
Eat the goddamn thing. Jesus.
That's how not a coincidence eat his chicken, y'all.
Guys, I'm more money, man.
I'm sitting right down here.
That's Brad more money.
All this, I gotta make sure they all them to get their ass kicked.
What? You can't beat me up. Nah, I'm taking a video. Slick Rick.
Like, look out here robbing his piggy bank.
He's the best father.
Granddaddy. That's granddaddy.
Oh, that's granddaddy?
He's an ugly granddaddy, ain't he?
Get to be granddaddy, little Nathan.
These Arabs talking about he ugly and all this shit. Bitch, you's a little sick ass pedophile, sin toting, wandering ass nomad talking about my people in my land. Stop playing with me, man. These damn Arabs be getting out of hand. I'll be letting them know, listen, saying nigger, you left your little shitty homeland and came to my shit. Stop your nonsense, boy.
Yeah. Nah, he only got one kid.
He need to get to granddaddy stage, bro.
He said he need to get to the granddaddy stage. You gotta be a granddaddy soon. Guys, this is why I love coming here, because the customers are so funny.
What? 你们在日本出生还？
现在来这里。
哦，你这么会讲中文？
我是中国出生，去日本，现在。
哦，我明白。都你们都讲，你不会。但是我讲中文的时候，你听得懂我。哦，哇，我。
He speaks in Chinese.
また来たのね。いつ見てもださい。
Here comes old-fashioned Japanese. All of the Japanese are stupid.
Sorry, I got sweat in my hand.
Kempo! Fish!
This cartoon just be having any random white person beating your motherfucking ass, and y'all cool with this? The only reason they think this and can push this shit in cartoons because y'all niggas think that y'all got whipped, beat, spit, and stuffed on a fucking ship like little weak ass people, man. That's the only reason these cartoons even make it out. That's some bullshit. This is some coonified ass cartoon.
Oh, Yoko, help me! Oh, Lord!
Help on your ass.
とっても嬉しいですわ。
Hey. Check. Yo, tell me I'm doing my thing. You wish that you could relate. I got goals for days. On top of that, I got goals for days. Yeah. I got goals for days. I got goals for days. On top of that, I got goals for days. Tell me I'm doing my thing. You wish that you could relate. I got goals for days. On top of that, I got goals for days.
Hey man, listen, man. Let's get to another different conversation. So y'all see, just be putting out these fake stories and this imagery and these cartoons to help persuade their history. They've been doing this since the beginning of the time. They've been doing shit like this to try to persuade our history and our identity of who we are. We ain't confused on who we are. We don't, black people in America, let's be real. The reason they be lying and switching up shit because we don't really have no identity crisis. We know exactly who. Some of us has been indoctrinated. A lot of us have. But for the most part, when we just sit back and start using rationality and common sense, we start understanding that no, we know exactly who the hell we are. It ain't shit that a motherfucking pale face can tell us about who we are. Let's get to this next set of audio and visuals that I got for y'all. If y'all ready to get into that right now, man, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. I want everybody in the chat to hit that like button, man. Thumb up the video, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. Hopefully y'all enjoying the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoying the live stream. We ain't even got started yet. This is an open panel. I want to get all the debate smoke in. I want everybody to have the opportunity to get on these panels and come and articulate themselves. We had a good show yesterday. I think it was very informational. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. I feel like we can get to that shit right now. So listen, man, drop them fire emojis in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Drop them fire emojis in the chat, and let's get right into the audio and visuals that I got lined up for y'all, man. Let's get it right now, man. Let's go.
Really? Come on, a negative 2 plus 2 equals. Anybody can do it.
I ain't gonna lie, this video gonna piss you the fuck off. If y'all know your history and you understand that you was the Maya, the Inca, and shout out to my brother Jaguar Omac. If you understand who you are, this gonna piss you off right here. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna give y'all heads up. It's gonna piss y'all off. Be prepared. Viewer discretion advised.
Really? Come on, a negative 2 plus 2 equals. Anybody can do it. Fill the hole. Minus 2 plus 2 equals. Come on, just fill the hole. You can do it. You're gonna let these burros laugh at you. Minus 2 plus 2 equals. I'll break your neck like a toothpick. Orale. 0. 0. You're right. Simple. That's it. Minus 2 plus 2 equals 0. You just fill the hole. Did you know that neither...
Man, that nigga didn't know shit. He just guessed. He didn't know shit. Now Mexicans didn't know nothing.
The Greeks know the Romans were capable of using the concept of 0. It was your that neither the Greeks nor the Romans were capable of using the concept of 0. It was your ancestors, the Mayas, who first contemplated the 0, the absence of value. True story.
You hear that bullshit? Talking about it was your ancestors that created this. You hear that? It was your ancestors. And he talking to these motherfuckers. Boy, if you don't stop that line, them niggas is Mexicans. Them motherfuckers is white people. Them is not Mayans, Incas, nor Olmecs. Stop the cap. See, this is the bullshit that they teach y'all in school. This is why they be lying in these history books, bro. This is how you know that they be lying in these history books. You got this teacher in class teaching these kids that they the Mayan. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be fired and ridiculed. This is unbelievable.
Using the concept of 0, it was your ancestors, the Mayas, who first contemplated the 0, the absence of value. True story. You burros have math in your blood.
No.
That nigga said you got math in your blood. No. I'm agreeing with this lady.
No. Yes.
The energy in the air and all.
That nigga said Russian Jews. How this nigga white with ashy ass lips? How you white with ashy lips? Now this is a savage beast right here. Now we don't know what type of primordial monkey poo he done came from, but oh man, this is a sick sick individual right here. And look at him. Look how close this African is. Look at the distance between everybody. The black American is standing farthest from the Jew. The African is pretty much on his bumper back there. Pause. He on his bumper. This is sick.
The energy in the air and all the pride that is going around with, you see little black kids dressing as Black Panther. You see just people dressing up in African garb and just, you know what I mean? And there was just this energy, man. Every time.
Bro, Wakanda is not in America, bro. There's no Wakanda in Africa, bro. There's no place in Africa named Wakanda where they have all this good metallurgy and science and shit going on. No, nigga, that's in America. Nigga, Wakanda is in Dakota, Indian Site, Wisconsin. You can go look at it. It even named Wakanda Park. Now, you can't find no place nowhere in Africa named Wakanda. Look at this African ass nigga Godfrey. Boy, you need to come get a nigga like Big Ab on your channel so I can tell your peoples who the true black people in America is. Because you are African and you don't really have a perspective and you shouldn't be speaking for black people in America, Godfrey. Now, no offense. I like some of your stand-up, your perspectives and shit, but you're not a black American. No offense. You shouldn't be speaking on behalf of us, brother. So speak for Africans and African Americans. You can't even really speak for African Americans because the true niggas that's classified as African Americans are really the first Americans. They shouldn't even have African on their name. It should be first Americans instead of African American. It should be first American. Now, Godfrey, ain't no damn Wakanda nowhere, man.
You see little black kids dressing as Black Panther. You see just people dressing up in African garb and just, you know what I mean? And there was just this energy, man. Every time you saw somebody, you're like, Wakanda. And I was like, and people were doing this. And this is before I saw the movie. I said, what the fuck is this? And this is before I saw the movie.
Talking about before you saw the movie. Look at this. These are battle rappers. This is DNA. This is Official. She from New Orleans. This is K-Shine. And this is my boy T-Top. And these are Olmec and Mayan figurines. Why they doing the same pose? That's the G stands, man. If you don't know about this X, the X go all the way back to the Confederate flag. That's why you see an X on it. It ain't nothing but an X in a box. When you go and look at the Powhatan symbol and the flag that's on the back of the Powhatans doing a equinox, go and see the X on the back. They got Mayan figurines. They got Mayan figurines sitting down with the X on their motherfucking stomach. Facts. Facts. Listen, man. We gotta wake up.
And people were doing this. And this is before I saw the movie. I said, what the fuck is this? And this is before I saw the movie. I said, what the fuck is this? And this is before I saw the movie. I said, what the fuck is this? Salsa that shit off. I'd be like, no, it's not the same. I know black. Negro nunca. I know no, nunca. I know black. I'm like, no, you black. No. I know black. Dominica. I go, I know, but you're black. No, papi. I know black.
Frida Ho was born Chinese, but for the last 3 years, she's been regarded as black, at least according to South African law.
We've always found ourselves wedged in the middle of being too white for some, too black for others.
Frida was born in Johannesburg during apartheid
South
Africa. Get the fuck out of here,
arrived
man.
as stowaways, being too white for some, too black for others.
Girl, you ain't black at all. See, that's that bullshit. That's how you know that they just use black as a social construct, man. You hear that shit? They be trying to tie everything in us. These Chinese people copy everything. That just confused me. I don't even know how to perceive this shit right here. Let me read this.
Frida Ho was born Chinese, but for the last 3 years, she's been regarded as black, at least according to South African law.
We've always found ourselves wedged in the middle of being too white for some, too black for others.
Hey, the link is in the chat too. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat.
Black, at least according to South African
Hit that link.
We've always found ourselves wedged in the middle of being too white for some, too black for others.
Frida was born in Johannesburg during apartheid South Africa. Her parents had arrived as stowaways in the 1950s in search of a better life.
The early Chinese who arrived in South Africa were obviously not wanted. They were seen as the Geel gevaar, which is really the yellow danger, and the unwanted yellow man who had arrived in South Africa.
You see this yellow banana in my hand? This is called a plantain. For all you Caribbean people, all you Dominican Republic people, Puerto Rico, any of you, if you have this in your food, if you are eating a plantain, you are an African. Do you understand me? I don't care whether you're Spanish African, French African, you are African. Whether you like it or not, whether you try to deny your Africanness, if this is in your diet.
This nigga said if you eat bananas, you're African. Now, if that ain't some of the most silliest, monkiest shit I've ever heard in my life, boy, that's worse than Jai Power. Jai Power said if you go outside and get cold, that means you're African. This stupid nigga just said if you eat bananas, you're African. If you don't shut the fuck up, bananas and plantains are from America, idiot. You see, this nigga is a monkey. Actually, I can't take a nigga like this serious. Godfrey, I told you in the last segment, stop speaking on Black American shit, man. You're not a Black American. I'm sorry. You're a tether. No offense. No offense. You're a tether. Ain't nobody trusting no history that they giving you. This nigga do. That's why he think that all Black Africa. He think that if you eat bananas, you's African.
Okay, a big yellow banana. Listen, even a green one, you are an African.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Shut your goddamn ass up.
On a higher plane, go with poltergeist with life the game. Ain't no referee, I can't call it right. Then bring the rain, praying to the Lord for it to pour tonight. Bring the pain, fucking with that mess. I'm on that water white. Ride the rain, no babies, baby. Make it or you don't make it. You gotta take it, or you gon' get taken. Can I get from the congregation? Can I get a church from the congregation? I'm on that Armageddon, public devastation, coming to revelations. Rap Jehovah knocking pastors over while I pass the door. Your Lord forgive them, but I keep cutting these records like a sword was with them. Mixing it with the medicine, attempting to warn the children of what the future holds. Slaves of monatomic gold. Seems the problem is atomic, but it's microscopic though. I'm courting hoes and pouring foes. It must be something more than this. Hopefully I'm immortal and I never need a mortician. All my thoughts is black, quality on the track.
Hey, that's funny he using battle rappers. That's my boy Chess. He from New York. This nigga look just like him. And this look like my nigga Briz Rothstein. That's crazy.
Hopefully I'm immortal when I need a mortician. All my thoughts is black, quality on the track. My reflection is eternal even if the mirror cracks. And I don't wear no watch, cause I ain't got no time. Solar system, this is astronomy, not a rhyme. We bringing the real back. Y'all ain't had no spine, so spin the reel back. Nigga, press rewind, soak it all in. That is until you dry. I want a piece and eat.
So you mean we ain't have braids? Look at these. These ain't braids. Come on, gangster. Look at these hats that these women was wearing. Look at these hats that these women was wearing. Stop the game.
Y'all ain't had no spine, so spin the reel back. Nigga, press rewind, soak it all in. That is until you dry. I'm throwing a piece and eating a piece of devil's pie. Fire flame on a higher plane. Gold poltergeist is like a game.
Oh, hell no. I don't know about her now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This lady looked like a goddamn T-Rex in the face. Oh, hell no. No. We not. She might be a motherfucking African. I can't go with that one, y'all. I'm sorry. No. You tripping.
I can't call it right. Bring the rain. Praying to the Lord for it to pour the night. Bring the pain. Fucking with that meth. I'm on that walk of light. Right the rain on babies, baby. Make it or you don't make it. You gotta take it, or you gon' get taken. Can I get a church from the congregation? Can I get a church from the congregation? Dialectic, a track of followers like Scientologists, reading the Dianetics. This religion that I invented is really a way of life. These thoughts of freedom that I embedded is reaching you through the speakers.
Oh shit, this nigga got Shaka Utmost on her, cuz. No, this nigga ain't. I don't know, bro. This nigga trying to dress like Haru though, fam. Like a Mayan warrior. I ain't seen a Mayan warrior with the one ponytail, but listen, I think you just saying his phenotype. He do got the phenotype of one of them motherfucking Mayans, but this nigga is a comedic freak. This nigga, hey, cuz they tripping with these people on here, man. They should have threw a nigga like Big Ab up on his business. Stop throwing niggas like that Tyrannosaurus Rex lady and this weird ass looking nigga, bro. Y'all tripping. Y'all could have went and got any.
Niggas with fever and sweeter than diabetics. Get dead at trying to set it, they'll tie you up like a fetish. To gas you up like a letter to let it off. Till you wetter than spaghetti sauce, so let it chopped up with your body left in the crevice. We the reverends performing exorcism. Exercising the right to fight for the dedicated. Concentrated few that's left to listen. God is with them like we started a mission. Following God's wisdom. God is risen like followers of Elijah. Finding God in prison.
You know, the real underlying message is don't resist me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't resist. If you resist, then I have the right to murder you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But how many, this country was built on resistance.
Hello.
Like
I don't know any slave that came here willingly.
Well, that, that's going to be
a whole. I don't know no motherfucking slaves that came here. Hey, listen, Lord Jamal, I know you done had a couple niggas on there. I ain't gonna lie to you, family. You understand me? Big Al. Listen, I'm willing to come through your show and turn it up one time for the one time. You understand me? Because you had niggas on there that didn't go in like that. I'm going to go in. I'm going to tell you that slavery is not the way they tell you. And it did happen. Slaves did come from the Eastern Hemisphere to here. They were just white people. Ooh, that's going to fuck them up. See, that's going to fuck the world up. The whole world going to be like, oh, this nigga said the whites was the first slave. Then I just start showing you the documents. It's going to fuck the whole world up. We need the world to see this shit. We need to put this shit on a high platform, man. I know Vlad ain't going to fuck with a real nigga. I already went at Vlad, bitch ass. He commented in my nigga Al TV video. I went straight at Vlad. I told Vlad, I said, niggas, stop getting in niggas' comments. You's a culture vulture, homie. You don't never let real niggas on your platform to tell the truth. You be wanting niggas on to push that narrative. That's why you was pushing that fake narrative about Farrakhan saying he hate and want to kill Jews. Boy, you be lying, boy. You understand me? I told Vlad that. Go look at Al TV video. I told Vlad, bitch ass. I said, oh. I said, no, nigga. We use the culture vulture, Vlad.
Exist, then I have the right to murder you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But how many, this country was built on resistance.
Hello.
Like,
I don't know any slave that came here willingly.
Well, that, that's going to be a whole show we're going to do too. Because, first of all, a lot of us were already here. Let's keep it fucking real.
Right.
These motherfuckers are not the
get them, Lord.
These motherfuckers are not the great engineers and
Hey, they really ain't. Let me get to something real quick. Let me say this. Hey, we got 172 people in here. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I want everybody to come on. This is an open debate show today. We just getting into some information to piggyback off of to spark some conversation. But listen, they playing with my YouTube algorithm. They're not sending my notifications out. So for anybody that's watching this live stream, unsubscribe and resubscribe immediately and hit the notification bell. You might have to redo all that shit again. They be playing with my algorithms. You see what I'm saying? So unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the notification bell again, redo it like you new to the channel again, do all that shit over, and it should re-hit your analytics and notification shit. They be tweaking with my shit, fam. On my mama, they be playing with your boy because we coming with that heat. We coming with that heat. Goddamn, we coming with that heat that'll make you get up. You start sweating. You know what I'm saying? Walking around in circles. Yeah, we coming with that motherfucking flame today.
Hello.
Like
I don't know any slave that came here willingly.
Well, that, that's going to be a whole show we're going to do too. Because, first of all, a lot of us.
No, I said unsubscribe and then resubscribe immediately.
Right.
Like,
These motherfuckers are not the
get them, Lord.
These motherfuckers are not the great engineers and movers of people and stealers of people as they would have you think they are.
They know that too.
Okay,
they know this country was built on the backs of all the others.
This is true. They came here. They found most of us here. Some of us were brought over here from Africa, but not all these millions like these motherfuckers are trying to.
Right. They came over and did what, Lord Jamal? I'm going to say I'm entitled to agree with you, brother. They found niggas already here. Cities was already built. We was thriving. We wasn't butt naked. We was already draped up and dripped out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got big chains on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got bust down diamonds in they shit, all in they shit. I'm talking about raw cut. Not none of this play diamonds they got. I'm talking about raw cut. Shit busting. Can you imagine a nigga just smiling at you 10,000, 3,000 years ago in America and just all bust down? All gold. I'm talking about big gold dumbass chains. Fly ass minks and shit that his old lady done made last year. Come on, man. We ain't nothing new under the sun, man. I'm talking about niggas getting the crispiest lineups. Go look at Montezuma and them pictures and all them photos and shit. Them niggas got the crispiest lineups. Did you know that they had barbershops 5,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago in America? They had barbershops 3,000 years ago, man. I can pull it up right now, man. Olmecs, Mayans and shit. Niggas in Tennessee, niggas in Ohio, niggas in Mississippi, niggas out Cali. Nigga, when these motherfuckers came here, they was like, damn. We thought this was the old world, but we thought this was like a new world but nigga, this motherfucker draped up and dripped out. This the old world. Nigga didn't even understand that motherfucking heat nigga was kicking over this motherfucker. On my mama. Nigga didn't understand that heat a nigga was kicking up out this motherfucker. I got my nigga Knowledge X on here, man. Peace and blessings. You know what I mean? Grand Ride.
Peace, bro.
Peace. What you got for us, man? You got some heat for us today. The link and it's pinned in the chat, too. Hop on as you will. Call in up on the screen. Call in as you feel. Anytime during the show. But go ahead, brother. Knowledge X. You
Oh
go.
yeah, you see, I remember that movie when that teacher was talking. I remember seeing that when I was younger, yo, and I didn't
Me
feel
too.
it me then. But it's just how they steal the shit right in front of us, and then they tell us it's somebody else's, right in front of us. Like he talking to the Spanish kids, this is your history. Nah, brother, that ain't their history.
Right. It ain't a nigga in the classroom talking about your this your ancestors is mine. I'm looking around like, hold on, maybe talking to that one nigga in the room. I'm looking like, no, hell no, nigga. These are Mexicans.
Right.
These are motherfucking white people, man. We not going with that monkey shit.
Exactly. But on the flip side of it, you see how important it is to know your history, because it's just like he was telling you should take.
If we didn't know no better, we would still be thinking that he right, huh?
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't know anything, you know, we would be thinking, yeah, they should know their history because that's part of their history.
Right.
That's
not knowing that he telling the niggas who mainly watching the video who don't know their history that they really they here. He just giving it to somebody right in front of you, and we didn't even know. Yeah, man, that's why it's a beautiful thing. This information and understanding and knowledge that we have came into. No matter what indoctrinated stages that you started off from, look where you have ended up now. You are in a place where nobody wanted you to be. That has colonized this area. They didn't want you to be where you are now, mentally, understanding, and perspective. They didn't want you to be in big Aboriginal power chat, live stream, listen to him tell the original nigga here.
Big Aboriginal power had this bigger platform. No, because the information you giving out, it can change people's lives. Once you change somebody's mindset, you can change their actions, you can change their lives. And you know what I'm saying? And Dane Calloway said this: the quality of the questions you ask is based on the quality of life you live, which is very true. Which is very true. Because if we don't know no better, we're not gonna do no better. You're gonna be in the same cycle.
Yeah, and I don't fault my brothers for not knowing no better. That's why I just try to put myself in a position to give them a perspective that where I've came from, because I can put myself in their shoes because I once lived that or was in a indoctrinated form. You see what I'm saying? So ignorance is not an excuse, but ignorance is amongst us all. It's a lot of things that we are ignorant of.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or another definition I can say, not knowing. It's a lot of shit that we don't no clue about. You understand me? Have no knowledge.
I was there. We were all there. For somebody who say they wasn't, they're lying.
Right, and I hate people to say I've always known that I was Indian and all this and that and third, and I've been practicing and doing this, and no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You might have heard, but did you believe it? Did you really go look into it? You probably, okay. Just like
we all heard that we was mixed and shit. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother was mixed, or grandpa was mixed, and no. We took that little bit of information, that whisper that we heard, and it only ignited a flame when someone else brought the conversation back up. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of it wasn't even conversation. A lot of it was what we just seen in these clips that we just seen, just other people conversating or imagery or movie clips, and it'll spark an interest in a brother like me watching 1,000 go ahead, and I start doing research and I find out all this other information that niggas was here, they got Aboriginal history of Tennessee, what is an Aboriginal? Aboriginal means first. Who was the first? Niggas was the first. So you start getting into all this information, and you come up with your own perspective and be like, yo, are the true indigenous peoples of this land. And they've been lying to us since the beginning.
And people like who's coming into that come across people like your channel, like Supreme Chief, like Hawk School. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like they come across those channels and people who's providing more information. Not only what you think, but now we're giving you proof. Here's scholarship that says that you were here. Stuff that they'll never even teach you. They would have never wanted to teach you, never thought of teaching you. But they'll get on TV.
Right. So, listen, I just want to say that the ancestors bless y'all. They put you on a path of journey to be able to find these YouTube platforms, to be in this even understanding consciousness to even understand this. So, man, give yourself a pat on the back. You understand me? Each and every one of you guys in the chat, give yourself a pat on the back. Also, man, we got 184 people in here. All right. We only got 140 likes, and we ain't had nobody support the channel today. Can we get a few people to hit that like button? Support the channel, please. Share the live stream. Let's get a few people to share that live stream, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to the real. The real support the real. All
And you
right?
know what though? Ab, I don't think we give each other enough credit for even changing your mindset. You know what I'm saying? As individuals, because it's hard to go from what you think you knew, somebody's telling you is the truth that you will believe is the truth, to finding out is a lie and you've been lied to.
So yeah, one of the hardest parts is to unlearn some shit that you learned. You see what I'm saying? And some of us become so far of unlearned information, of information that you have to unlearn, that it seems like an unfeasible task. So they stay content with where they are. You understand me? Some people are not willing to unlearn that, and it's like dog new tricks type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? The older you are, the more harder it is for you to get out of your indoctrinated stage. That's why a lot of these main missions is not just for me and you guys in the chat. It's the hopes that the younger generation coming up is able to grasp to this information. You understand me? We try to make it fluid and straight to the point, real, raw, and authentic as possible. You understand me? Because that's exactly the way I like to get it. I don't like it mixed up. I don't like it dressed up. I don't like it rehearsed. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it with the makeup on it. You understand me? I like it regular.
Yeah, you know, we used to stuff getting sugar coated to us though. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to knowledge, it's always how you say it and what you say. No, the truth is the truth, man.
Right. You ain't gotta give me no candy coated sugar. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Don't give it to me sugar coated because it ain't real. I need
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And that's
I ain't getting this out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me some extra shit I don't need.
Yeah.
You understand me? I need that shit raw and uncut. You understand me?
There's levels to it. You know, first you got to realize, nigga, you did not come off a boat.
Listen, that's why I gotta realize sometimes, brother Knowledge. I'm glad you said it, because I'm so far in my understanding that I'll be forgetting that there's new people constantly coming into this information and just trying to get there. And I'm understand. I used to say, like, listen, go watch my old video. You understand me? Which I still recommend you to do that. But if you have a question about something concern, ask it, man. Come on, these panels, call in, ask the question. I'm able to articulate myself and answer the questions thoroughly.
Very well. And you'll pull up the information for them.
Yeah, and I'll pull it up because, you know, I wish I would be the one that could take the credit for making up and answering a lot of these questions. But a lot of your questions that you ask, I already have answers for them. I provide the answers from what the experts say. You understand me? So, yeah, man, that's all I do, you know. And if you want my perspective, I'm more than willing to give you my perspective. My perspective is not going to come with a consent or some type of scholarly university behind it if you're asking for my perspective. You understand me?
Indeed. And I was listening in yesterday, and it was a great debate. It got a little crazy, but it was a great debate because people are still at different levels. You know what I'm saying, of this knowledge, and we all are.
I want to get some good debates on this channel, man, and especially some of these like smart brothers. I see where my brother Hawk School at. I seen him in the chat. My brother Hawk School. If you ain't subscribed, run over there, subscribe. I seen the little debate that you and Lotus had. That was a good debate. I think that's one that should have been formatted and put together real nice. You know what I'm saying? I think it would have been a dope one. I also got my sister April Dawn on the panel with us. This Grand Rising. Shout out to the sister April Dawn. Peace and blessings.
What's up, Big AP? What's up?
What's the vibes like, Grand Rising?
Shit, chill. I'm kind of distracted now. I was just listening to y'all. At first, I had something to say when the first jumped on.
Man, you know, I'll be running these. We getting it in.
And peace to panel too. But yeah, like I was curious. AP, have you ever done any like videos about like Jamaicans' role in all this too? All this confusion with our people, because I'm trying to notice, like,
to be honest, man, I go in on anything that ain't American. You understand me? And some
like,
people,
there's Jamaicans on the island,
and I'm gonna be real. A lot of people have mixed opinions about that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm willing to have the conversation in debates.
Yeah, because
You
there's
know,
there's Jamaicans on the island. They'll say they're indigenous, or but then they'll say we from Africa. But then the ones over here for sure they push that out of Africa narrative or that Pan Africanism. I'm like, what's up with that? Like, how don't you know that y'all indigenous to the island or not? It's
right?
giving
I mean, like I said,
It's giving Marcus Garvey like.
hey, I won't smoke with anybody in the chat, anybody in the building, man. Come on, this is free smoke, live debates. All topics is welcome. All smoke is welcome. So come on, don't hesitate.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I
nah,
think that
a lot of these Jamaican, a lot of the islanders have contributed to the confusion of what's going on. A lot of them come over here and undermine Black Americans. Uh, and like I said, and to be honest, they play one of the most impactful detrimentals to our people because they're closer to our people. They're able to emulate our people. They're able to speak on behalf and look like and act like our people. You understand me? And our babies are coming up confused, thinking that we're all the same, but these people are not, and they don't often have the same perspective or understanding based off of conditions that we all went through. You understand me? We passed down understanding from our condition. It's called transgenerational trauma, and we converse about the things that has deprived us in the past.
You know what, too? And they always love to point out how we like to separate ourselves from them if it's just a bad thing for us to self-identify who we are.
But they've been separating themselves from us for a long time, for decades.
We can't say we Jamaican. Like, you ain't they would tell you Jamaican. You know
No. That's what I'm saying. I have no problem with none of these people, but it seems like they have a problem with us saying that, listen, we're American. Listen, we don't have a problem with you saying you Jamaican and you from Jamaica or that you from wherever, but listen, we from here. We know it's been a lot of switcheroony. We know it's been blackbearding, which is taking people from one part of America, dropping them off to another parts, and even going as far to the islands. We know that the Sanchez and the French made their way out to Haiti. You see what I'm saying? So we know that it's ties to certain parts, but what we're saying is a lot of any ties to what's going on over here in America. A lot of people did travel back and forth. I'm not going to negate that, but we've been traveling all over this world. Just because we travel somewhere, don't make us them people. You understand me?
Exactly.
Yeah, like I even ran across a Jamaican before. She was like boasting about how Jamaicans love Ronald Reagan, Thompson, because he let them come over here and sell crack to our people. I'm like, bitch, what you just say?
Yeah, they do these coon tether talks and mammy babble. They do that a lot. A lot of them are coons and bed wenches that come over here, but some of them are good brothers and sisters that's understanding the cause. So I'm not here to negate anything. I'm just here to
exactly.
there are some good brothers.
Some are good
from the islands that's down with the cause, but I'm speaking on the ones
is a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem, and I have the right to speak on those.
Right, but if you over here, my belief is if they're allowing you over here, you under their thumb. So you.
Do you think our people on the mainland had like history of warring with Jamaicans or something?
Well, there's no history of going to war with these people. But you got to realize there's a little island. You know, their island of Jamaica ain't no bigger than New Hampshire. You understand what I'm saying? Going to war with the states and compared to no, we wouldn't. No. We wouldn't even do that. That's like a nigga being Shaq size and a nigga like me size from Jackass, a midget, a little person trying to fight. No, nigga, listen, I'm not even gonna do that to you, little fella. You understand me? Just that right and go on. You understand? So no, we ain't go to war with them people, man.
They just start cooning out of control.
Yeah, they start cooning. A lot of them, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be that way because they're coming over here living a better life. So
yeah.
I mean, I ask anybody this. I'm willing to be cool, peaceful, and lock in with harmony and allyship with anyone that's bringing anything that's tangible or beneficiary to my people to the table. Because when they come here, there's plenty of things laid out on our table that they're immediately going to benefit off of. I can name a list of them. There's nothing that they bring to the table that I can benefit off of. That's the issue. So if there's nothing that I can benefit off of, I don't need it. There's no reason for me to have you around. There's no reason for me to be an ally with you. You understand me? You become more of a liability at this point.
Relationships are built off of things you can do for each other. What can you do for me? I can do for you. That's any relationship. You know what I mean?
Nation building.
What am I getting out of this? Like you said,
that's the whole point of like cities and towns having, you know, sister cities in the world and stuff, because they're building rapport and relationships with each other because they can build off of each other, help each other.
And I can see if they was even offering some of us dual citizenship, even though half of us wouldn't go. I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go to Jamaica?
You could do something for your people though, if it's like that, because they know the history as we do.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't they offer us like dual citizenship? Yeah, they don't offer us nothing. No one offers us anything.
Achiwe Gami. Yo, Ab, God, I'm tapped in. Am I tapped in, God?
Oh, yeah, you tapped all the way in, Eric Davis. Yeah, you locked in, bro.
What's up, guys and goddesses? What's up, guys and goddesses? Achiwe Gama. Achiwe, yay.
Hey,
what's up, man? Yeah, so, man, we really got to understand the spirituality. I hate to try to pull us away from our cultural identity movement, but we talk about being in harmony with these people. O'Shea, Bobby Hemmett, you know what I'm saying? I started studying a lot of his stuff about a decade ago after traveling the world. And I don't think we can be in harmony with these people because of the special spirituality that we have. We have a certain frequency and light that shines within us that blinds these people and puts them at ease, and they're uncomfortable around us. For that same reason, they surround us and they come here and they use us as slaves, as entertainers. They use us as slaves in the military. They use us as slaves, our women. They use us as slaves, our men. They put us in prison and give us these social security numbers and things like that of that nature. And I think that once we understand how special we are amongst the other Black people, we can then look at the creations of Yakub, the big head scientists, and we can see we definitely can't be in harmony with them either. And maybe that's why things are what they are. I think we got to start realizing the spiritual frequency that we give off to them, and the studies in occult sciences and stuff like that. When you start to master in melanin, and we can understand why some of these things have taken place. Also, why when we try to come to resolutions today, we have this optimistic, mindset of what we want to do with these people, but at the same time, we really don't see it. I mean, I don't see it being possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, bro, I really don't see it being possible, and I don't see it being a benefit to our people to even be working with these people. So now we done tried all this unification of trying to be with all these people. We tried the Pan-Africanism, right? Americans was one of the biggest promoters in the Pan-African movement. As a matter of fact, I've very rarely seen a Black American stand side by side with a continental African screaming Pan-Africanism together, fighting RBG. So this has been one of the biggest detriments as well. We tried the unification with all skin folk, and we realizing that all skin folk ain't kin folk, and that we must deal with our people here on the mainlands, the ones that we can reach out and touch, the ones that share a common culture, from California to Virginia, from New York to Texas, that share the same culture, and what our grandparents share the same culture. I'm here to work and deal with these people first. Not saying I won't come up with templates and other solutions for other nations to be able to go with to help their situations, but my main focus is to deal with my peoples here in North America mainland.
And the thing is, God, is that we tried blaming the white man for our problems too. And I remember I went back and watched the video and did some research on how everything turned out. It was crazy yesterday. We were wilding. But blaming the white man for our problems, saying the white man is the problem. I remember
I don't like using the word white man, right? And I do that to trigger certain white men that's on my panel. But what I mean by that is, I'm honest, I trigger white people. I do that.
On purpose, nigga.
Yeah, on purpose. On purpose. Yeah, very on purpose. What I mean by that, I mean the colonizer, right? Which is a
Right.
system at hand. So a colonizer is potentially anyone who comes here and take away from Black Americans and doesn't bring anything to the table, while also oppressing and undermining us at the same time. This happens by all foreigners. So when I mean colonizer, this doesn't negate just white people, which I'm talking about them too, but it also includes other people as well, such as people from the islands, people from Africa, Mexicans, so forth.
Right, because I remember back in elementary, my mom's a retired elementary school teacher, and you know, some of that stuff was at home, you know, getting hit with that stupid stick. But I remember they used to talk about some Indian wars and stuff like that, and that's when, you know, the conscious movement wasn't booming like it was. And I remember yesterday we was talking, well, you and the sister was just saying something about us being at war with Jamaica. I think that they only capitalize on the level of hate that we have for each other as different tribes here in this land, as amongst many other places in the world. When we look at the genetic studies of the melanated woman and the melanated man, we don't see it scientifically possible for pale-faced races to overcome us. So we have to look at the facts that, and even the research that we have been at war with ourselves. It's been that way in the past.
To be real, it's not them that's overdoing it by themselves. This colonizing system is a system with all foreigners use to approach and attack a particular group of people.
And
so,
it's just
so
us.
what I'm saying is, it's always been a help. It's always been niggas locking in with other people, or these other people locking in with niggas, or sellout niggas. It's always been sellouts, man. I just got to keep it real. You understand me? It's always been sellouts. And our people are always pointing the fingers at oh no, it's the Moors that did it. It was this that no, it was all you niggas that sold out.
For real.
Hey, that's why I feel like us as a people need to lock in.
These same 5 civilized. I don't know if y'all been taught about these 5 civilized tribes, which comes from this one particular family. These 5 particular family bloodline clans. And what I'm saying is, these particular 5 tribes is nothing no more than the same story that they give you about the 5 Moorish bloodlines in America. These same 5 Moorish bloodlines in America is the people that you call the 5 civilized tribes today. So when you say Moors are sellouts, you might as well put in parentheses Indians beside it.
Right. Because I remember I was watching your video, I think it was earlier this week on this past weekend. I think you had a video replay of Dan Calloway, shout out to the God. And he was admitting, like, you know, I know my forefather was a chief and he made some bad moves. And I think that's the type of dialogue we need amongst ourselves. Once we get the research and we know our family history and we can, you know, tap into, like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll make it real clear to you who the sellouts is, okay? It's easy. The niggas who's recognized federally and the ones who claim that they always had their history and been in the tribe. The niggas, the true Aborigines, you understand me, that didn't sell out is the niggas who got misclassified as Negro, Black, and color. And now
tell them niggas how, nigga? How'd you keep all that shit, nigga?
How you got all your records and still practice all your culture that the colonizers came over here and supposed to got rid of, but the rest of us got all, you know what I'm saying, got put down in certain shit. You gotta understand is that no, they never could steal a nigga culture. Even through in our own deprivement, we created culture. When you look at when niggas was separated and other races was hurt, man, we created so much shit. The worst detriments that we have is when we integrated. These people ain't never beat on us, man. We was out here running shit. These people didn't start doing shit to us till Jim Crow, y'all. They didn't start taking this hostile takeover to Jim Crow, y'all, till they had the political and the judicial systems and the police systems behind they acts. You understand me? So no. We ain't about to listen to these ancient ancestors, and you gonna make them seem like some wimpified ass bitches, and they got beat up on by all kind of pale skins. No, I'm not going with that.
Pimped on, trafficked out, and you know what I'm saying.
We the ones that was doing all the trafficking and pimping. These white motherfuckers come here, we was snatching them up left and right, nigga. We was taking them niggas down there to them little nigga hot, them little nigga spots, them random white girls rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody dug up an article of a black man that had like a dozen white women as prostitutes
Man, they
while
was
slavery was happening.
Listen, this go back to the 900 AD. They got shit called Moorish harems.
Yeah.
A Moorish harem is nothing but a whorehouse. A harem means whorehouse. Moorish harem means whorehouse.
But they would
you see what I'm saying?
But how they get us is get us young, and they get you in the class for 8 hours, and then people captured us, beat us.
Yeah, man. So man, and then when niggas been selling white bitches, they had to create a whole act. They had to create a whole act in America called the Men Act, which is what they call white slavery, because niggas was selling these white bitches all over the motherfucker.
Let me tell you how I tapped into my indigenous culture. My grandfathers on both sides had, well, my grandfather on my father's side, they had a mechanic shop or a garage on the east side of town here. My grandfather on my mama's side, they own nursing homes here. And how I started to tap in with it, because even though I had a great auntie, my father's auntie, she was telling us how we Chickasaw, and my dad was saying we Aztec, but I'm still getting hit with that stupid stick at school. So I'm still on this African stuff. I'm looking at Egypt and all this kind of stuff. So what happened was my dad passed away, my grandfather passed away on his side, and the land and stuff that he owned, the garage and houses and little farms and stuff we owned, we started getting payments. We started having to sell it because it was like 200 or 300 people on the list, and we were like, what do we do with this land now? There's too many of us. So that's how we had to sell it. And then I remember the teachers from my great auntie, when she would tell us we Chickasaw, and my dad we Aztec and stuff, and I put that together. I say, oh, that's a tribe from the Aztec civilization, from right here, from West Texas, Ira, Texas. I don't know if y'all know about Ira, Texas. That's the largest pyramids in the world. They call it mountaintop. Was it Castle Gal Mountains? But it ain't no mountains out there. It's plain land. So they got some pyramids out there so big they call them mountains. Everything big in Texas, and that go for the world. But
listen, I can show you some shit in Texas where it ain't mountains. These are real structures that was obviously hitting with a severe amount of water or rain or something, because it's petrified. You understand me? You things from several different lines and layers when it looks at this shit, man. Like, listen, man, I'm telling you, man, this history of America ain't what according to my and according to the Mayan stele, the Macintosh stele, my ancestors said that they got records of them being here for like 4,700 octillion years.
Yeah, that's that Ozark. They call it Ozark. They sell this water right here today. That's that spring that come out of West Texas, and that water out there. They say this water in West Texas is the purest water in the world. In the Ozarks. And they compare water from Asia, Africa, anywhere to this water in West Texas to see if it's pure and how good it is. And I said, that's some deep shit. But like I was saying, that's how I started to type into who I was, just by, you know, my elders passing away and seeing the land and seeing Shaw, and all the Shaw men on that stuff like that. And that's when I started to wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real, man. Listen, man, we got a couple people on the panel, man. We lit up. Hey, the link is in the chat. And also, if y'all want to call in at any given time, y'all can call in. Hey, Flood, you got the flow. Peace, sister. Baltimore in the building. What you got going, man? What you bring it to the table today?
Flood gonna set it off.
Nothing. Huh?
Flood finna set it off today.
I'm about to set it off. I always try to set it off. You got
Rich homie crying. Ooh, set it off.
Set it off in this motherfucker.
Bro.
Anyway, but I ain't got really nothing to say though, for real. But y'all was talking about water, but Flint still don't have good water.
I see them folks in Louisiana. Was it now Houston?
Hey, you know what's crazy is that's by design though, Flood. Listen though, gangster. Listen, you gotta realize Flint is in one of the places that we the Great Lakes region. So they got the world's largest body of fresh water, and you mean to tell me they can't get fresh water, clean water?
Yeah, but I thought Moses West had brought one of his or some of his atmospheric water generators.
He did. Moses West got an atmosphere machine that's capturing water out of thin air and circulating.
Man, look,
doing what he doing though.
Bro, we was talking about yesterday about the first mammal ever found. I remember the brother was talking about that, but that was the mammal. When we start to get into the reptilian nigga, we talking about life organisms. I did some research, and I think it was at a National Geographic, and this was one of the latest studies since Lucy in Africa and all that mumbo jumbo, and they said that the first humanoid, you know what I'm saying, like a reptilian human, was found in the Great Lakes region. So then I put that together with all the chaos I see going on in Chicago and the Flint water and all that stuff, man. The latest study showed that the first marine man, or what do you call a reptilian man, was found up there in them regions. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why all that stuff is going on. Those people up there.
You gotta drop us a source for that one, gangster, man. I ain't heard about it.
Bro, I got you, bro. I got you, man. You can look it up in
I'm gonna pull it up for the family, man. That's some shit right there.
What's it called? Mechanical Science magazine? What's that called? I think it's called Mechanical Science. And you can look up reptilian mummy found in the Great Lakes region. And this is the latest studies that show not a mammal human form, but a reptilian human form. You see what I'm saying? And see, we going through this education, this knowledge boom right now, this knowledge wave they call the feminist energy entering back into this dimension. They're talking about the mother teacher. They're talking about the educational boom that's going on. So with all this information getting out that you have to go to college and research, you have to go to the library and research now, you ain't even got to buy no phone to research it in your smartphone. The government giving out free phones.
Technically, if you go with this whole out of Africa theory, now I'm just we gonna theorize. If you go with human evolution, I don't believe in it, but if we just theorize, we're gonna understand that before you was a monkey man, before you was Lucy, you understand me? You was probably some type of lizard. Could they say that the first human came out of like some soup or some liquid in earth, some type of water? And
God, so that's what I'm gonna say, God. That's why I'll be talking too much. But look, they say that according to the theory of evolution, that life form started at either salt water or fresh water. So what's so special about the Great Lakes region?
Well, you got to realize that if human life for it to be created, it would have had to be a bacteria. It would have had to have been a bacteria water. So it wouldn't have been fresh water where bacteria is created. It wouldn't have been salt water because that clean. It would have had to be stagnant, sitting still, funky, mucus, bacteria-driven water that all of a sudden just turned into some type of human. Like, you got to be out of your rabbit.
So the most of this water that's found, the largest fresh body of water in any water that's fresh, because salt water is like a bleach mechanism. It'll clean the water. So the most of this water where this can be possible for evolution anywhere in the world is in the Great Lakes region. It's the largest amount of water. So that's also was tied into that research I did through Mechanical Science. And I'm gonna try to pull that up because I don't like freestyling. I like to, you know what I'm saying, show folks that nigga know a little bit while I'm smoking these blunts. You know what I mean?
Hey, we gotta be able to articulate ourselves like scientists. And I'm the first hood scientist. I swear to God, I'm the first hood scientist. I've been doing this archaeology shit. I got over 12,000 hours in the field. That makes me an expert at anything with that amount of hours. So listen, man, don't play with my shit, man. You talking to a real scientist, man.
Hey, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all my property. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna show y'all my property with the water going to ground at. I got a little waterfall in the hilltop. I'm just shut up and show y'all real quick when y'all freestyling, talking, do y'all thing.
Yeah, man. Anybody in the chat, man, hit that link, man. We want all smoke, man. We want all smoke. We got my brother Darvis on here. Brother, for the world to beat you, man. You got the flow, gangster.
I ain't got nothing to see. I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, you ain't got nothing to say?
Nah, I'm listening.
What your name? Where you from, then, gangster? You gotta talk to me about
Miami.
That's what's up. Shout out to Miami, man, the building, man. So yeah, man, how long you been on this Aboriginal wave, bro? Like I ain't never seen you, bro. It's good to see you around too.
Nah, I've been 10 years ago. 10 years ago, man.
Damn, you was on that here before me.
Yep. Nah. I had Kerry Davis. Kerry Davis, you don't know her?
Man, Curry Davis, man, he got one of the best word quotings I've ever heard. African Americans ain't African.
Yeah, boy. You right, boy.
Well, shit, you can just start the conversation off with that. Hey, you know, African Americans ain't African. The motherfucker gonna be like, huh? Like, yeah. Then you go into your whole look. You know what I mean? Your whole little get down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing.
Yeah. You right. You right, boy. But I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you just tapping in, bro. Hey, man, I got my boy Darvis Baylock in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming on again, bro. Peace and blessings, man.
Peace to the fam, man. Glad to be a part of this thing. Just want to listen, man, learn something.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, tap in at any time. For anybody on the panel, if y'all hear something y'all want to tap into, tap in at any time. Also, man, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let's get these likes up, man. I need y'all to share the live stream. They be tweaking with my fucking algorithm, man. Y'all see the channel just been going crazy. Now they tweaking with my shit. I don't know what's going on. I need y'all to share my shit on my mama, man. Where's Smoke Signal at? Oh, that's my boy in here. Shout out to Big Smoke in the building. That's my boy. So I know you go up here for some bullshit. So let's get it in. I know you trying to prowl on something. So listen, tap in, man. Tap in.
Hey, AP, I wanted to expound on what you were saying earlier. Like, it's probably like we almost would do better by like building with like non-skin folk people in the world to get some, like build up rapport and relationships with them with our own skin folk.
Some of these non-skin folk don't take our delivery. You understand me? Our energy, our vibration be rubbing them wrong sometimes. Like I let it, like you seen how Sally was building and niggas was getting to the information. We bringing up shit. You know, it's okay to just say this is what you believe in, but you can't combat that with what a nigga present as data though. You feel what I'm saying, gangster? A nigga can't present with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do that, and then you see how they get so hostile on the nigga. They get so hostile on the nigga, it's like, you be like, damn, why you got to get mad? You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody got their own perspective. Like, I allow people on this panel so it won't just be one-sided on this understanding. So when people speak, I like for people to get their own. Hey, y'all sex bots out my chat, please. Moderators, please get them sex bots out my chat, man. Pretty ass little things in my chat, man.
Boy.
I don't know what's going on in the chat. Help me out, moderators.
But like,
hey, I got
what about
legends on this motherfucker. Hold on, I got one of the legends on this motherfucker, man. I got Supreme Chief Holiday in this motherfucker, man. What's up, guys?
Shout out to the Chief.
Hey, peace to the guys, man. AP, man. What up, though?
Man, you know the vibe.
Peace to the emphasis on the panel. Peace to the guys, man. Peace to everybody listening in, man.
It's a lot of them.
What y'all on today, man?
Man, we chilling, man. We chilling, man. We on good vibes today. Not up yet, you know what I'm saying? But we still fresh in this thing. So, you know how it could go at any given moment, man. This shit be heating up real quick. So yeah, but now we got some good brothers on here ready to build. Smoke Signal, I know you want to get the flow too. You ain't had a chance to speak. You know, we got some beautiful empresses on here that's bringing the vibes and the information as well. So yeah, it's definitely turned up on her. Let's get it.
Salute.
Whoa. Smoke.
Hey,
Chief, what
AP.
it is. Shout out to the panel, to the channel, to the
Smoke.
chat.
Big Smoke.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
What's up? Y'all got the flow?
Yeah, man. That,
Oh,
I ain't too familiar with the topic, right? Because I just woke up and seen y'all was live. I missed Ab TV stream this morning because I was knocked the hell out. So I really don't know what y'all on right now. Yeah.
Man, we
Is
just
it
on
smoke?
anything. Like I said, it's all smoke weapon. You know what I'm saying? Free smoke, any smoke, all topics, any topics. We debating anything. Like nigga, I'm talking about we debate anything on this motherfucker. I'm talking about should we lower gas prices or give transvestites rights? Like nigga, I don't give a fuck what we talk about. Nigga, gas prices. Anybody want to debate? Nigga, what's up?
but
Like,
AP,
Do
I
they
wanted to expand on what you were saying. I was gonna say like more like on a political arena, not like more social. You know, like the countries that we know that be like mimicking us. You know, like
no,
certain
we
parts
do.
of.
We definitely do, and that's been one of our hardest things as Black Americans to really form a body or structure strictly for us that speaks for us on the political side, and mainly is because we don't have any economic footing. A lot of these political ties and interests dealing in economic and playing your way in. We have no economic footing, even though we make $1 trillion as Black Americans. We spend $1 trillion yearly, annually, and we haven't formulated it yet. You understand me? So we need to start structuring shit. Is what I'm starting to see.
Yeah, yeah,
I
true.
don't think it can be structured though. I think it has to be dismantled first and then rebuild because they did a lot of fucked up shit. And then to tie back into what I was saying yesterday about us being privileged or whatever, because I do want to speak on that because I know a lot of people gave me a lot of shit for that or whatever and try to call me white or whatever. I mean, I am light as a motherfucker, but I ain't white. I mean, I'm part
You ain't
light.
that goddamn light.
Still.
You
Still.
ain't that goddamn light. My little girl light as hell.
Yeah, mine is too.
For real? No, I'm
Light
light as shit in person. I'm just telling y'all that now. I'm light as shit. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day we'll do the comparison. I don't know. But as far as what I was saying about the advantages or whatever, as far as being in the lower class, who takes care of the lower class? The higher class, the upper class, and the middle class. So that's why
No,
I think
no,
by
no,
having the
no.
advantage, even though it's a controlled advantage, but it's still an advantage and it's still a privilege. And it's something that we don't really look at and take advantage of either.
I can see your perspective on that, but I'm,
Yes.
I'm, I'm looking at it like, yeah, we
But also too with the middle class though, if you look at those, if you look at it and if you look at your tax bracket and stuff, I mean the middle class or whatever, they're gonna get fucked regardless. You get fucked both ways. You get fucked from the top and you get fucked from the bottom.
That's a lot
But
of work.
at the end of the day, I
interesting.
mean, you can choose what you want to do as
That's an
far as like
interesting perspective. I
tying
swear to God.
into
Yeah,
Hey,
tying
hold
into
on.
the government
Hey,
when you
hold
pay your
on.
taxes.
Mr. Flood, let me just reflect
All
on
right,
that
I'm
perspective
sorry, my
real
bad.
quick. No, you good. I just want to bring that perspective up to the panel. How do y'all feel about that? That's an interesting perspective. The middle class gets it worse than the lower class based off of them getting screwed from the top and screwed from the bottom. How do y'all feel about that? I just want y'all to just break in
um,
that, man.
I don't. I know what she's
Tell
saying,
you
but I
one
don't.
thing, you always got
I don't
vacancy in
agree.
the lower class.
Yeah, and I know it's a lot more poor people than rich people and middle class.
Yes.
So I don't see how so small of amount of people could take care of a larger amount of people. I know the rich get richer and the poor get poor. So
That's what I see.
I don't see how the rich are taking care of the poor.
But
And the
listen
rich are
though,
the
and,
ones.
and listen, they keep it
But
like that
I
then the
see her.
because
middle, then it's
I
just
see her
solely,
point.
then it's
I
solely the
see her
middle
point.
class then.
but
It's solely
this
the
what
middle
I do
class
agree
then. The
There
with.
is
rich
no
is not
middle
doing
class
it, if
though.
that's what you're
This what I
saying.
this is what I do agree with what the sister said. This system must be dismantled. And the
That's
only
what
way you can dismantle the system is financially. If if our people was to stop shopping with a certain demographic of people, they will not have a certain type of money that they expect and need every year. That amount of money is $1 trillion. We spend as Black Americans, we spend more than most countries You understand?
I got
More than most
I got some
countries
for you.
in a year than what they spend in 10 years, bro. We spend $1 trillion a year. You understand me? If we was to stop shopping and spending with us, certain people that by forfeit will dismantle the system. Then once the system is just, girl, how you gonna tell us what the hell we ready for?
Some of y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready to quit y'all
Nah,
jobs
you gotta.
or whatever. Y'all
There she
not
go.
ready to
There
do
she
I
that.
don't
go.
even work.
There
You
she go.
ready?
That war, man.
Work for
You
Well,
got
big
a
yeah, I
war.
go what I do. And Eric, your backyard look nice. I was looking. But still, like y'all not ready to do that. Y'all not ready to quit them jobs.
Listen, hey, we already quit. If you want to come work for Big Aboriginal Power, just fill out an
Why the fuck I
application
don't?
online.
No, I don't. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
you do. Yeah, you do.
We have to go to war, man.
Yeah, that's another conversation
Okay.
for
I
a
don't think we
different.
really need to go to no
Yeah.
like
But
physical
let
war.
me
We just need to redirect. We just need to redirect
But
the war back to the
I
people.
agree. I agree with that.
hey,
But you know, when we realize that we're open in the act of war right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we
already in the
active
war.
war. We
Right,
in
man.
So
Armageddon war right now. If
once
anybody
you
really wanted to know, it's an Armageddon war going on right now. If anybody really wanted to know. But
Man,
that's just my take on
hold
it.
up, dude.
I'm just
Hold up.
saying or whatever. It's a spiritual war.
Man, shout out
Speak
to
on
Vicky.
that Armageddon war.
Yeah, thank you.
man, now we in a damn cold war. These people
Yep. Yep.
is doing this shit by paperwork. They doing it politically. They doing it
Yep.
socially. They're rewriting history. They doing it as a cold war, and we
Yeah.
don't
Yep.
understand it. And they didn't use you as the motherfucking monopoly piece. See, y'all niggas want to play chess. I mean, y'all niggas
I'm
want to
telling
play
you.
chess, right? Y'all think the life is chess. No, nigga. No, nigga, we the low clackers. Nigga, I'm about to make all my niggas kings. It's gonna be an opportunity for all my niggas on this board to be kings and queens and shit. No, nigga, nigga,
Man,
I'm not
man,
playing that game.
man, shout out to Vicky Dillard. I'll be watching her too, man. And she said something like, black folks don't even want to realize and recognize that we so traumatized mentally and spiritually, like we don't even want to be aware of the situation at hand.
That's true. Everybody, there's a lot of black
Peace,
people that just
everybody.
think shit is just copacetic, like everything's cool,
See,
like there's
I
no
think
problems, like everything is fine. We on a
Yeah.
good course,
Yeah.
and we're
I
not.
just want y'all to stop Christmas shopping. For real.
well,
That's the
here
only
go.
thing I want y'all to stop.
Here,
I
I got
really
Texas,
want
Texas,
y'all
my
to
check.
stop Christmas. Like for real. Like I would love for it to be a black Christmas. Like where it's gonna be
Hey,
nobody
listen, hey,
shopping.
A black
sister,
Christmas.
Yeah, black
sister
Christmas.
Flood, listen, this not
What?
this over here. That's what I was trying to tell you
Oh,
last
look at that.
time.
Oh,
You
it's
not
not this over
familiar.
here. I bet it's not. So
You
I
trying to,
just got one last night.
you're not familiar with the Aboriginal platform. We don't do that. We just we don't celebrate none of these European holidays. We create our own
No,
holiday.
that's fine, but it's watchers, but it's view. I don't celebrate it either, but it's viewers out here that do.
No,
So
you
and I
right.
know
You
they
right.
watch
You
you.
right.
Right. And I know they watch you. Right. They watch
You
you.
right.
So what I'm saying is whatever, do better. Your kid probably don't need whatever the fuck is on that list. They probably already got it in the house.
As a matter of fact,
In
I'm
order
gonna
to get
do.
the
I'm
shit
gonna
that
do.
you want out this motherfucker, you feel me? You gotta
Hey, matter of
lower
fact,
some things. You gotta stop playing
we're
into
gonna do
that
a pay
shit.
per view. We're gonna do a
Right.
pay per view, man. We're gonna do
You gonna do
the
pay
true
per
history of
view.
Christmas. We're gonna do the
Yeah, I
true
mean,
history
I
of
didn't really
Christmas.
understand where I was coming from, but it's a whole different thing.
Right.
Now
Yeah, I
we're
ain't
gonna
gonna
talk
lie,
So,
bro. I
about.
don't
hold on,
celebrate
real
none of that
fast though, you
shit.
guys.
We
I
got
Can
don't
we
these
do this
celebrate that
though?
holidays.
shit.
Go
So
ahead,
when we
kid.
talk
You got
about
the
this
flow.
though,
You got the flow.
hey, real quick, I just want to interject this and just put this on everybody's mind. Like the words that we're attaching ourselves to, like being black is a part of a system. And I know a lot of people say, well, what is that? Why does that matter? Well, it matters because we don't support black ourselves, and we don't know nobody else support black. So we know that it's a part of the system. So I think that's the first thing that we got to stop calling ourselves blacks and really attach ourselves to words that give us power. Can we start there and just in this conversation? If that's a debate, then it needs to be a
No,
debate.
no,
But
no. I'm willing to debate that right now because I'm not willing to argue with anyone to be anything when you willing to accept another term that the European or somebody else calls us. If it ain't what we called ourselves, it's another term that somebody else laid out. And if we're willing to accept one, you should be willing to not argue with someone accepting the other ones. That's the way I feel. Anybody want that smoke? Let's go.
So what are you saying? So it's okay to be called black?
So if you want to call yourself an Aboriginal or Indian, it's okay for other people to call themselves black or Moors.
Well, that's I want that smoke.
Okay.
Young one. I want that smoke right now. So with that being said, I mean, I just lay it out just like I said. It's a caste system, and if you're a part of the caste system, this is part of what you're on the bottom of it, or you participating at any level of it, but you're losing in that caste system. Now, when we're talking about Aboriginal power, we know that Aboriginal is a word that's in this lexicon that they're hiding from us. They've been hiding from all of us. It's in the definition of American. So, reason why this word has been developed.
They haven't been hiding this word.
Hold on, sir. Bro, it's not even a debate.
I ain't even gonna lie, he just killed you, AP.
It's not
when
a
he was
debate,
like,
Aboriginal
when he said
power.
we
Like,
use
you can't debate
Aboriginal
this. You need to sit
power.
down. Sit down, sir. Aboriginal power. Yeah, you can't debate this. Don't do that.
Hey,
Don't
but
do
listen
that.
though, but listen though, but
For a
listen
reason,
though,
y'all. I'm the GOAT for a reason. Don't let
but
me.
listen though, but listen though,
He playing.
but listen. Hold on, Chief. What I'm saying is though, yeah, I use the term Aboriginal, right? Because it best defines what I'm saying. Now, other people might use the term Big Indian, Big Chief, right? I might not use these terms analogy. So what I'm saying is whatever you call yourself, I'm not going to argue with it. All of it is a descriptive term that's describing who you are. And it has history and lineage tied to it, whether it's social politically used or whether it's used illegally. No,
Hey,
man.
what color is that mask you got on?
You're not going to tell me.
What color is that mask you got on?
Black.
Yo, that's a descriptive term of the mask that you got on. What color is your skin, sir? I'm sorry.
Brown.
I'm sorry.
Brown.
Okay, so black is black a part of a color caste system, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else want to debate this? Y'all,
yeah, man.
good?
I don't know. I don't want no smoke.
We can just agree to not use this word ever.
I don't want to. I don't want to debate it. I just want to say that through the study of linguistics, the term that I think that has been heavily manipulated and transliterated is the word nigga. Because when we speak to each other, we don't say, "What's up, my black woman? What's up, my black chief? What's up, my black goddess?" We say, "What's up, my nigga? Oh, what's up? Yeah, my nigga, I'll holler at you later, my nigga." And this word has been transliterated through what they call in linguistics from the word nega. And this is a word through no matter what pyramid civilization and what region you were in the world through the old world order, we might not have spoke each other's languages, but we know what we mean when we say, "What's up, nega?" The negods.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Chief. Did the Aboriginal people get misclassified as something?
Absolutely.
Can you give me a couple of the misclassification terms that they got classified as, please? You heard me? You give me a couple names that they got classified as, please, Brother Chief. Get out the Supreme Chief out of there.
Come on, Chief.
But see, y'all always get stuck up on.
Hold on, I do it for them. Negro, black, and colored. So you can't tell me that you can't use the word black, Negro, and color when your people, Aboriginals, was deliberately classified as these terms. Am I saying that they right? No.
But does it fit? They programmed us.
We got to learn how to understand our history, bro. You can't get around it. You can't say that our people went through side and not be the people and claim to be the what you was genocide as. Come on, like we can't.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. What was the question again? I had got a call. What was the question again, brother?
My question was to you, brother Chief Holiday. Everybody mute up for me. My question to Chief Holiday was, did that misclassified? You said yes. I said, can you give us a couple names that they was misclassified as?
Negro, black, colored, Indian.
Okay. So
African American.
So Aboriginals is black people, right? That you just said.
Absolutely.
Okay then.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anybody else want to debate this?
Right, but I'm saying though, why are they going out of their way? Why are they censoring Scott Beason? Why are they censoring?
Now that's a different conversation.
I'm just saying though, when we're having this conversation, for anybody that want to have this conversation, if you tell me that if our ancestors call themselves any of these things, we're gonna say no. But what my argument when we're saying that we're applying Aboriginal power to this conversation, and you guys have seen this community grow and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, but listen, my Aboriginal power is only as good as it can reach the people that don't understand this Aboriginal power. My power only possesses when it gets stronger, when I'm able to go to a so-called nigga that thinks he's black because he's classified as such, and I'm able to go and meet him where he at and bring him to where I am. A lot of you niggas can't meet him where you at because you throw away these certain words, which is the bridge way to get you there. You understand what I'm saying?
We understand. We understand. Even when we're talking to people that identify as Indians or Moors or anything, we're bringing everybody together. Well, so
see,
even when you did the FBA,
we leaving out leaving out the major group that we give the keys and the responsibility to organizing and keeping all this stuff. And these people are not called Indians, Aboriginal, or anything. These people is called Greeks. If you go to these colleges and these people that become politicians, these people that are always hired as the owners of businesses, the managers, these people, when they go to these colleges, they are repping Greeks. So
well,
you know what I'm saying?
Told us that their system, their whole Greek philosophy and their Greek system and their whole eugenic system is more valuable than the people. And that's why the majority of the people going back to the poor thing are poor, because it's a poor mind state. See what I'm saying? Once again, because you think you're black, you think you're poor, you think you're a minority, and you're the majority, and you have all the power, even from the voting, from everything else, but nobody don't want to reach out and take power. So you can't take power if you go to sleep. If you go to sleep thinking that there's a white guy beating your black guy, beating your black ass, you're gonna wake up. You can't change your reality because you can't even dream it.
You hey, hold on just a second, Chief. Hold on one second. I don't want music, but hold on. I see some people in the chat, man. The link is in the chat, y'all. Listen, this is an open panel. I'm not responding to any of your chats. If you're not hitting the link and you're just on some bullshit, running your cock buffer, then listen. We're gonna have my moderators get you the fuck out of here, real politely. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play them games with you niggas, man. Shout out to the 504 area code calling in. You're live talking to Aboriginal Power on the Wake and Bake Show. State your name and where you calling from.
Lucky, I'm sorry. I got you.
Go ahead, brother. You got the flow. What'd you say? 504 area code? State your, go ahead, speak. You got the flow, brother.
Okay. My bad. Look, we all lost track here, fam. I've been doing, talking on this for a couple years now. When we talking race, when we talking black, when we're talking nigger, we're talking social constructs. These are terms given to us. Even Indian meant savage back in the day. We're using these through, and with a person named Johann Friedrich Blumenbach was to split us up into the 5 different classes, like groups of people, and put the whites on top and put the blacks on bottom. All right. And then we get to your evolution talk. Darwin was a racist, and he was trying to
That's what we've been saying this whole time, brother. That they pushing eugenics.
Hold on. I'm not finished. Yeah, hold on. Darwin was trying to propagate that narrative, which spread into the schools, and the government allowed it to be taught, and all this to be propagated as propaganda. To put that white race in first class. And then we have Darwin's nephew. His name is Galton. He's the one who created eugenics. All right, eugenics is quelling of all the other races and the white race having babies because they knew they were falling off thin. And let me give you a quote.
What are you trying to say, sir? Like, can you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get what you
said. All this stuff that we're talking about, it's been given to us, and we're following in behind it, and we're teaching their narrative to put themselves on the blonde-haired, blue-eyed like Hitler, who followed Galton's Francis Galton, Darwin's nephew's eugenics movement. Eugenics started Hitler's movement. Hitler didn't start that. He took the narrative from Galton here in America, and then he started his sterilization program over there. So we're using these narratives that these people gave us.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
The narratives and everything else, and we're applying them to ourselves. And that's why, we got to stop doing that. We can use whatever we want in our culture. We can use whatever name we want. We can use black. But we got to choose it. We got to stop allowing these people to tell us who we are, how to live, and where the hell we came from.
No, I'm with you on that, brother. I'm in agreement to that. Okay, I didn't know where you was going with it. You had to kick it in the third gear for me. But now I understand what you're saying, though. I'm in agreement with that. I appreciate you for calling in too, bro. Appreciate it. I'm gonna let the panel respond to you too, brother. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. 678 area code, man. You live talking to Aboriginal Power on the Wake and Bake Show. What's going on? Hey, turn that down. Hey, hold on. Whatever you listening to, turn that down in the background, gangster. Do that for me.
All right, bro. Hold on.
Do that for me. You understand me? Hey, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Support the channel while y'all in here, man. Support the channel.
All right. So what I was gonna say is, Hitler been trying to tell us when he wrote that book, Mein Kampf, that America is hiding a secret message for the Jewish people.
Right.
That if the black people knew who they actually was, that would start a revolution, an uprising.
Right.
How do they keep us in the same shit? They replace slavery with income, like with money. We know who controls 94% of the businesses in America. The Jews in Japan.
Right.
That's how they keep us in the same places. You feel me?
Right.
So it's not really about I don't know how to say it. It's not really about the finances. You feel me? We can't really do nothing about that because that's free money that they're printing every day.
Right. The true currency is gold, bro. The true currency is gold.
Exactly. And that's facts. But they're being backed. See, America is a corporation. It's not even a country. You feel me? Why is that? Because of the people who own it.
Right.
So I was just trying to say, all of this been in our eyes from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We as a people got to come together, but it's gonna be hard. But that's what we got to do, and that's why I appreciate your platform and everything you're doing. You feel me? Because you're putting this out there for people to learn. Because there's a lot of ignorant people out here who don't know nothing about what's going on. You feel me? And that's hurting us as a race.
No, you're right, bro. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that don't know what's going on, bro.
Well, I got a question, right? I got a question based on the discussion.
He can't hear you smoke, so he
okay.
So you can ask and we'll answer on the panel, you know what I mean, propose wrapped around, you know what I mean, to the perspectives that's on the panel. But yeah, go ahead, brother. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, brother, on the phone. 678 area code.
No, you good. I actually was trying to join the panel, but it said it was too full. But I was just saying, like, a lot of people don't even know what's going on. Just like with how Russia and China just flew warplanes into South Korea today after North Korea fired 23 missiles yesterday as a response to what United States said.
Damn,
and how
man.
everything is escalating.
I'm out the loop, bro. I didn't even know what's going on, man. Kim Jong-un on some bullshit again?
Some bullshit. He fired 23 missiles yesterday that landed in the sea in Japan, and Russia and China just flew bombers and fighter jets into South Korea, which made them scramble their jets and everything. You feel me? So this shit is just getting worse and worse. Russia just captured 2 cities in Ukraine. Instead of our president giving us money to help our people that's here, the homeless people that's here, he's still sending billions and shit overseas.
Damn.
That's what the Democrats do, man.
That's
y'all
fucked
keep in
up.
mind the Soviet Union too.
I appreciate you for calling in too. Hey, yeah, I appreciate you for calling in too, man. Yeah, try to tap into the live stream to get the response to the panel though, bro.
I bet, no doubt.
Hey, be safe, man. I appreciate you for calling in too, bro. And hit the subscribe button if you ain't subscribed, gangster.
Gotcha, I got you.
All
Thank you, bro.
Peace. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that fucking like button, man. Let's get back to it, man. We got everybody on the panel.
Can I say something, bro?
Y'all got the flow, man. It's open panel. Y'all get it in respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'm in a lot of old mumbo jumbo, bro. Like, look, man, we got to stop playing these games, bro. Like, Hitler knew who we was, man. Hitler didn't get no fuck about who we was and nobody else but their own people, bro. Like, and I still want to hear what linguistic studies with this word nigga and nagga from and shit. Because in my understanding, I'm going to keep it a buck. You know, I don't really too much trip off titles or what people like to call themselves and shit. You know, I just like to hear why they call themselves that, to give themselves to get a better understanding of why they call themselves that, and I respect it. But at the end of the day, man, a lot of people ain't call themselves none of these motherfucking names, nigga. So none of these names hold weight to me, nigga. Matter of fact, you jump in the water with these titles as weights and shit, nigga. Your ass gonna float to the top. You ain't
Well,
seen
a lot of
shit.
people were calling ourselves Aborigines, but I found in the 1828 Webster's Dictionary.
That man Hitler said.
Who is Webster? Another white man.
That man Hitler said if I can get.
AP said he was black.
No, Webster's the black dude.
Yeah, he
Hitler
does
said,
black.
No,
Hitler said if I can get 200
He didn't
black
call himself
people.
black. He was melanated.
Hitler said if I can get 200 black people from America and get them to function on the same accord, Hitler said I can run the world with them 200 black people. But see, what we hear about Hitler's all this racist and negative shit. Man, brother, look, hey, bro, you got to get it like I get it, bro. You got to go do the research, bro.
I'm just saying, bro, I've been researching for damn near 15 years and I never said that. So I'm asking you, where can I go find that at? Not even on no funny shit, because if it's there, I like to see it.
Damn, bro. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, my brother. I'm gonna tell you the truth, because most of the propaganda they push is this racist, negative stuff about Hitler. But we must understand, man, I don't want to lose y'all, but so much progress was made between black and white people here in the United States. What started happening is these mixed race people coming in and they playing both sides. And now we seeing a whole surge of violence between racism. And we got to understand what is funding this racism. You know what I'm saying? Hitler said he was against the mixed race people over there. He didn't hate black people. He didn't hate white people. He had a problem with them people over there that was mixing. You see what I'm saying?
But Hitler was mixed, so how can he be mad at himself?
That was so crazy about Hitler, was that he hated these mixed people, but he was in the army and he was a powerful general with the people that they call themselves the pure race. And that's what one thing they was always like, you know what I'm saying, jugging at the boy about, because they were like, well, how can you hate us? Because we these pale-faced races didn't mix in with the real Jews, and now we claiming that we not the Jews. I gotta catch it now. Watch this is linguistics. We Jewish. We niggerish. And he had a problem with them niggerish people. He didn't have no problem with the niggas. He had a problem with the niggerish. You see what I'm saying? And they always say, well, Hitler, your mama is this and your daddy's that. You mix like us. How you over there with them and shit like that? You see what I'm saying?
Well, what about all
Okay,
them black ass
are we
African
still
niggas
talking
that
about?
they killed this shit?
Hitler said, if I can get 200 niggas from America to think on the same accord that I can run
Those
the
people are
world,
different
it
from us.
ain't
There's a lot
about
of people.
Africa. It
We
ain't got
gotta
nothing to
find
do
the
with
exact quote
Africa.
because he didn't say niggas. He
Now
There's
said
a
he didn't
lot of
say
blacks.
people that
niggas.
treat them different than
So
us.
He didn't say
so
niggas.
once again though, we gotta. What did our grandparents call themselves?
I heard my grandparents say, "What's up, my nigga?" My grandparents say, "What's up, nigga? Nigga, how
If
you been?
somebody would have called
Nigga, I ain't
them
seen you in
black
a
though,
long
they would have
time,
had a
nigga."
problem. So we
Oh yeah,
understand black is a derogatory term. We understand
big
how they even
facts.
can make other terms derogatory terms.
So I
And
think you just got in the panel, my brother. We had covered I spoke on linguistics, and specifically in linguistics, I got into transliteration and how nigga got transliterated into the word nigga. I don't know
So
if
I
you. I
asked you
think you
for
just,
I asked you for that linguistic study so I could go see it myself, bro.
bro. I'm
Oh,
outside on the, bro.
listen,
I'm
I ain't gonna lie
outside,
to
bro. I'm outside, bro. I'm not on no computer shit, bro. I
I mean, you
can't.
could just
I'm
give me the
sorry,
you.
bro.
name of it. I
Listen
could
though,
go
but
look for it
listen though,
so
I
let's
ain't
myself
just
gonna
and
lie
talk
talk
to
about
about
you.
it.
I'm
that.
Listen,
outside.
hold on, one at a time, one at a time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I know y'all niggas just like to come on, y'all be having some shit, but word to my mama, nigga. Listen, on my mama's mom, y'all gotta come with some sources, nigga. Like real talk, like y'all gotta come with
Man,
something.
you was
Like I
being so
don't.
dismissive, Thompson, but we should call ourselves. I give you something, and Thompson, that's a white man. Doesn't fucking matter. He wrote the book if he was white or not. That's he put in there. That's what we must have been calling ourselves because he said it's not an English word.
Which word are you talking about, sis?
Aborigines, like Aborigine, but with an N.
That's why
Now
they
you know
say
these
that
speakers.
Aborigine is not a good term to use because when you get into
Who
I
linguistics,
says
didn't
that?
say Aborigines.
Oh,
I said
Hold
Aborigines.
on, hold on,
who?
hold on,
Oh.
hold on. Just now you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm not even gonna lie to you, big dog. Because listen, I don't know where you get the Aboriginal is negative. It's the
Who
no,
most.
said
no, I'm
that?
talking about in linguistics. You get when you break apart the word and make
You
simple
can't
words.
break apart. Why you can't break apart the word? The word ain't meant to be broke apart. It ain't got no prefixes. It don't got no suffixes. What are you breaking
The
apart?
abort,
You're not
the
gonna
abort
see.
part,
Listen,
the abort part, like aborigine and abortion. Like when you
That's
get in linguistics, that stuff.
nah,
that's
nah,
not
nah,
linguistics at all, my
no, we
brother.
not. That's not linguistics anyway. That's crazy talk, bro. We not about to do the. We not about to do the Wally and Wally Wale and Wale. No, we not about to jump around with these words, bro. We gonna pronounce it like the English words. We gonna read what the defined definition said. We not about to make up here as we go, bro. No, the word Aboriginal does not come with prefixes or suffixes. That's simple English, bro. That's simple grammar, bro. Like we gotta understand this.
Now
Hey,
Where,
big.
I
Hey,
refer to
that's
where
all I
myself.
y'all
Making up their
was.
own
That's
I
definition.
refer to
where y'all
myself
get these
as a.
definitions from?
I
Hey, that's
refer to
all I was
myself.
trying to say, bro. Is that no disrespect or nothing, right? But everything that you kept putting linguistics behind didn't belong there, bro. And I wanted
Right.
that
Now,
to be
what
funny, bro.
all I'm saying is, I classify myself as indigenous or aboriginal, but I seen some information and done some research about how some places people refer to as aboriginals. They don't like to be called that because of linguistics, but they like to be called indigenous. Now, I don't care if you call me a nigga, an Indian, an Aztec, an Olmec, or a Chickasaw, or an aboriginal. I don't care. I'm just talking about some information that I had, and I'm sorry I can't get the sources for all this stuff because I had to
Wait,
go sit at a
so
computer. I had to go sit at a computer.
I understand that, but listen, Malcolm X also told you, brother, you are the Aborigine, but you
Facts.
don't like being called Aborigine. You understand what I'm saying? Simple.
No,
Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm cool with people calling me Aborigine or indigenous. I don't care. Like I don't care if you call me a nigga or a nigga serpent, but I'm
right,
saying
but nobody's calling you that though. That's the problem.
No, I just didn't want the God. I just didn't.
People need to start
I didn't
calling
want.
Why is nobody
I
calling
didn't
us
want the
this?
God to think that I was like had a problem with the term
No,
aboriginal.
you
That's what
good,
I was
you
saying.
good,
Like I
you
don't care what
good,
Somebody
bro.
people.
do,
You
and the
good.
people that do have a battery put in their back, or they working for
Right,
these people. So, or
right.
they just ignorant.
All good,
You
bro.
understand what I'm saying? These are the options for you dummies. Okay. So not to call anybody dumb, but how you changing definitions, and then everybody got all this Naga, Niji, all this other weird shit that y'all
Yeah,
been
all
talking
this
about our
nigga
ancestors.
naga
No,
needy.
no,
Yeah,
no,
Yeah,
some
but
no,
can we
That's
use
no.
something
all
that's
I was
Shoot
already
up.
trying to
used
say,
All you
that we
niggas
can
just
Chief.
shoot up.
benefit from? Right.
And
That's all I
we
was
the
trying
top of
to
the food
say.
chain over here.
listen,
So
I'm not even
no,
gonna
don't
lie
let
to you.
nobody
Hold
tell y'all
on.
this
I'm not even
bullshit no more.
hold on, Chief. Hold on, Chief. I'm not even gonna lie
Uh,
to you, gangster. All this nigga naga shit, that shit come from Pan African paradigms, bro. A lot of niggas still
Yeah.
stuck in your old Pan African shit, and that's why y'all over here. You over here the big Aboriginal power channel. Shit cleansing and get big baptized. You understand me? And that's why
Right.
y'all here. All y'all done been big baptized. All y'all on the panel.
I like that. I like that. I like
Now,
that. I like
big app.
that.
I gotta be honest about something, right? Now, there is a linguistic study on the word naga, but the origins of this shit come from allegedly the Maya Nagas, and they transliterated and studied, had a linguistic study to trace it and showed that it got over there in Hindustan and every step along the way from South
No,
America
I'm with
to
that.
that
I'm with.
region. Now
I'm with.
that's a you're right.
Nah,
That's
Listen,
that's
a
true though.
real.
I
That's
know the
I
word.
mean I'm just.
Let me ask you a
Hey
question.
Chief,
Hey,
that
True,
what
Listen,
you
real
hold
on,
quick.
Chief?
Do
That
they
what you
call
on,
themselves
Chief?
Mayans or Nagas? Yes or no?
Hold
I
on, Chief.
mean, one
Hold
of
on,
them ain't
Chief.
real
Hold on,
Mayans,
Chief.
so I
Hold
don't
Nine.
on,
know what they call themselves.
Chief. Hold on, just a second, bro. Listen, what I'm saying is, the word Naga is referring to a snake dynasty. You understand me? It's
Uh-huh.
not referring. It's not really referring to like the way we use the nigga or the way it was approached at any time known in the English vernacular. But now I'm not saying that these same people that was in this nation of Nagas wasn't the niggas. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying the Naga and nigga has no linguistic evidence or anything connected, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Hey, let's
Woo.
I want to
That nigga
segue
Chief
back to
tried
the
to trick question me.
Yeah,
I
he
want
did.
to I want to segue back to the black argument and see if we can insert a little logic into it, right?
Let's
Because
get it. Let's go.
if
Get
it's
your
being
black
said,
ass out of here.
gone on that bullshit, truth. Look, hey, if it's being asserted that black has no standing in law, then I would like to know what would a people group be doing, calling themselves or identifying as a word that has no standing in law? And if it was given to them, what compelled them to accept it? That's what I want to know.
Ignorancy.
James Brown, a jingle.
Stokely Carmichael. Stokely
Well,
Yeah.
Carmichael was the one that
usually,
started reinforcing that shit
usually,
after the
Yeah.
oh my
use
bad, bad.
The
my bad, bro.
CIA.
My bad. I'm just saying, like a lot of these terms get ushered in by other groups of people that has a certain status of whatever a following. It usually get ushered in. All these words that we use got ushered in. Now, eventually, some of them get demonized, and some of them is used in legal, lawful terms, and some of it is applied to certain group of people. What they do is they switch the hierarchy and they switch the legal to shit. The legal decisions is based off of historical understanding and events that went on, bro. What I'm saying is that no, black is not a legal term. It's not a good term. It's not lawful in any way. But socially, we know, and literally, we know that our people is not black. They using it as a social and then connecting it to a legal standard. Our people know when anybody in the world say black people, even Africans, when they say black people, they talking about niggas in America, bro. They're not talking about nobody else.
Hey,
Okay,
big.
well, look,
Hey,
check
back.
this
Well,
out
Hey,
now,
though.
well,
back.
now
Real
Check
quick.
lately
this
Real
they
out.
quick. Real quick.
This
Real
is
quick.
lately they be trying
Is
to
Aboriginal?
hijack
Is
black too
Aboriginal
now.
legal? Is Aborigine
Yep,
legal?
yep, it is.
Okay.
As a matter of
Pipe
fact, yes,
down.
it is.
Everybody
And
need
then
to pipe down. Stand
listen,
down.
Huh?
listen
Stand
though,
down.
but listen, Chief. We also know that the same Aboriginal people, we got foreigners using it as a legal construct. And when they mention these certain groups of people and what the image they show you is not the demographic of the people who really is Aboriginal. It also tells you in the same definition right? These same websites, America, Aboriginal definitions that y'all like to go to, it also tells you that another races found here prior to Europeans. But then it also say, but now applied to descendants of Europeans. And you can
Right, well,
literally
we
see that
understand naturalization. We understand all that. That's not what we're talking about.
you're now seeing that is literally being applied to descendants of Europeans, mixed breed people here.
Okay. Did that
So
exclude us from being the first?
legal
That
terms.
doesn't exclude us from being the Aborigines or the copper color races of people here, brother. Just
It
because
does
they
when
started extending it to other
you
people.
have non-copper colored people claiming it to be Aboriginal legally and getting federal
Okay.
funded.
So let's talk legal then. I'll give you guys. We did the story on the Black Farmers Association, right? And the president of the Black Farmers Association has been doing this for 30 years. He's been putting in this pressure for 30 years because he's been the Black farmers of America have been discriminated against. So keyword black. He's using black. He wears a black hat, cowboy hat. He knows his heritage from Virginia. He talks about his family been in Virginia for generations and all this other shit, right? But he's calling himself black. So he go meet Biden. Biden said, "Yeah, we're gonna give you guys some money, all this other stuff or whatever." So they earmarked the money in the little bill that Biden passed when he first came in, the Relief Act or whatever. And so then the pale farmers said, "Hey, you guys, that's reverse discrimination," and sued them for reverse discrimination because they were using black. Now, if he'd have said the Aborigine farmers of America, he wouldn't be sued and he would have their money right now and things would be moving the way they're supposed to be moving. Y'all understand how this works? Don't fuck with me. Please. And that Please, y'all, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. That
I
$5 billion.
ain't fucking
I do
with
this.
your ass
I'll give
today,
you case
nigga.
law. I'll give you science. I'll give you linguistics. I'll give you everything. Don't fuck with the GOAT. Please.
Hey, that
we
$5
fucking with the
billion
GOAT today,
that
nigga.
they
Well, let's eat.
that $5 billion that they allotted to black farmers.
Listen. In that same conversation, we can start looking up who invented the traffic light, who invented the motherfucking electricity, who invented all these inventions in the 1700s. Black, they got them labeled as black inventors, bro. We know that our
But they didn't
Aboriginal.
call himself black though.
We know we didn't call ourselves Aboriginal neither. So we know that it's several different terms that misclassified our people as, bro. The history and lineage is still tied to the same
But
bloodline.
Aboriginal wasn't one of them that was a misclassification, though. I was going to ask you that question. Was Aboriginal misclassification? Yes or no? No, it wasn't. So this is a term that we applying to the lexicon. That's
listen. I'm not
legal.
going to say. Listen, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say it's a misclassification, but it's definitely a classification that we didn't call ourselves and that somebody else put on us by observing. That's an observation classification. Somebody
call
said,
me Miyagi, man, Mr. Miyagi.
But that's the same thing as black though, bro. Like back in the day, them niggas ain't want to be called black, bro.
Come on, y'all.
They was ready to fight over that.
Hey,
shit,
are we gonna get to the?
But Stokely Carmichael came in and ushered that shit in during the time.
Hey, y'all being anti-American.
What I'm saying is.
So what do we call ourselves?
Well, Americans. You want to call yourself
Americans, brother. We're the first
Americans. We gotta call ourselves Aboriginal. If we indigenous to a land and we are being invaded, then by definition we are Aboriginal.
You can use yourself. You can use indigenous. You could use Indian.
I know. I'm looking for the nationality.
Hold on, one at a time, y'all. One at a time. Hold on, one at a time.
If you are indigenous to a land and you're
hold on, big dog, Eric. Hold on. I'll get to you in just a second. Hold on, it's too much talking. I want everybody to at least when a motherfucker get finished, let them speak, and when you finish, mute up. You know what I mean? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people on here, and it's a lot of perspectives, and it ain't about what y'all saying. I'm debating all y'all niggas. It's about the people in the chat that's listening in. They can't hear.
I'm gonna kill your ass.
So let's get it in, man. I don't even know who got the flow right now. My bad.
Nigga, I got the smoke for your ass, nigga. What's up?
Hey, well, I would like the empresses on the panel, so we gotta be gentlemen and let the empresses have the floor, brothers.
Yeah, man. Now the empresses know to tap in anytime, man. These are strong spoken women. They've been speaking the whole time, man. So yeah, listen, it's all good. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, Chief.
I'm just still trying to figure out.
Oh, now listen, Smoke Signal. Let's have this conversation, big dog. Let's go. Now, me and Smoke Signal about to have this conversation respectfully, y'all. Let's go.
I'm still trying to figure out how would somebody identify as something if they knew it didn't have standing at law, right? And if black is a color or part of the color caste system or whatever you want to call it, and if that's what it's based off, then how can white be a color and still have standing at law? These are the type of questions that plagues me. But go ahead.
White doesn't have standing in law. You look in any law dictionary, there's no definition for white.
Well, once you become a part of a system and you become a minority, you become a ward of the state, you're under control of a certain thing. When you become a citizen, see, you was taken out of your sovereign capacity. So now you're up under state law. Now you're up under constitutional law. So you're going to only go by what they allow you to go by. This is what happened. You got to get into them 1724 Christian. This is how they put that on your peoples. This was done.
Break out of it though, because they give you a social security number once you have the baby, and
that's if you apply for it. That's if you apply for it. I didn't apply for my last two.
You didn't?
Can we throw black in the trash? Is my only question to everybody.
My last two kids don't have no social security.
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, listen. You got to understand though that social security thing was a way to get you in debt and into this system. You understand me? The whole social security thing was put on these slaves in Britain.
But what
See, a lot of people don't do that. They start doing it to the orphans. They gave them social security and birth certificates, even though they was fake. That was just certificates of live birth and death.
It's called debt bondage.
Dead bodies. Listen, that came from the 1666 Execute Act. Y'all can look it up right now. I'll put it in the chat. 1666 Execute Act. And that's how the birth certificate system got over here in America.
So April, your
but those were attempts though.
They allowed you. So basically,
you opted
out.
No, I just told them like I would apply for it at home. They were trying to, hassle me about it or whatever, the birth certificate, more so in my second, but just tell them, what it is.
Okay.
When they came with the social security,
there was one time though I had to.
Most of the time or whatever, they push that shit down your throat, and they have
they do.
come in there
but you
like
gotta
5 times.
Yep, they did that, and you just gotta push back.
Try to catch you at your most vulnerable moment. You've been out in labor. You've been in labor all day. You don't put that little, the little baby out. Your shit, you know what I'm saying? They got you on all kind of perks and all kind of drugs. You like, fuck it, let's get this goddamn paper out my goddamn face. You understand me? Not knowing you're signing your babies away. You understand me?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking on babies, can I ask a question real quick? Is it just me?
You got
but every time a woman about to give birth, right, and it's a man around, do it seem like the hospital always trying to find a reason to get you the fuck up out of there and not have you around? Because I know I damn near got arrested twice on both of my kids, and I wasn't going.
No,
I was just gonna
they seem nicer. They seem nicer to me.
Oh, okay. They was trying to kick me the fuck out.
Yeah,
they were respectful.
Yeah.
Oh,
One time or whatever, my brother was there, and they thought that he was the father, so I never had that. I was kind of grossed out about it, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, like I just had to ask. I had COVID, so they had they didn't really want no one in there, and it was a difference in how they treated me.
Oh, see, that's
then he came. His father came after the fact, and then they started acting funny. They did start giving attitude.
Yeah.
Hey, Smoke. Back to the conversation though, gangster. What's up with it though? What now? Where we at with it? I know you want to be black.
This what I'm trying to figure out, right? Because if somebody tell you or give you a name, and that name has no standing in law, why would you accept that name?
Ask thyself, have you accepted a name that you know wasn't rightfully your name at any time in your life?
I wouldn't accept the name that I knew wasn't right for me. I'll be saying, nigga, nah, hell no, I'm not deaf.
No, I'm saying, did you accept
they
African
said
American?
that.
Did you accept African American at one point in time?
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
niggas
like,
was accepting it, right?
Did you
I'm saying
accept
though,
black
no,
at
now
one
listen,
point in
now
time?
listen, now listen, now listen, now listen.
Yeah.
So, I'm asking you, since when you accepted it, how was you allowed? How did you allow yourself to accept that term? And that'll be the answer to your question, brother.
Wait a minute, hold on. Say that again. That sounds like a trick question.
No,
Man, we're
no,
gonna
no.
end up boxing up here, bro.
I swear to God, what I want you to do is break down the rationality of how you allowed and accepted the term African American, even though it's not the correct term for you. I want you to look at that system and how you came into existence to understanding that term, and then you can put yourself into the position of people that accepted the term black and other classifications that was put on our people. That's not a trick question, brother.
Okay, now you're gonna have to hold that thought. I gotta do a little something real quick, but I'm gonna come back to that. Y'all go ahead.
No problem.
Hey, but hey, can we keep it a bug though about that term black on some G shit? You'd have called my granddaddy black, he'd have punched you in your shit.
That shit
Just the
black
time-
come from that word. That
just the
shit come
time
from
that-
blanco. Black mean
Nah,
white.
bro, nah, bro. We gotta keep it a buck, bro. Most of the niggas and shit wasn't accepting of that term black. They pushed it with that Black Power movement. Stokely Carmichael kind of put the forefront on it. Even a lot of black activists was against it during this time and shit. And to keep it a buck, if you went back into a damn nigga, stop smoking on that.
Hey, somebody mute that motherfucking
nigga. Pass that shit, nigga. Nigga,
Nah,
pass that shit, nigga.
Don't pass that shit.
Hey, hold on. Hey, everybody, please, if y'all not speaking politely, you know what I mean, respectfully, keep your mics muted, man. Nobody want to hear y'all choking and shit, man.
Right.
Nah, they were. I know some folks out of Louisiana. I know some folks out of Louisiana. They mulattoes and their last name is LeBlanc.
Though, bro.
My bad. Go ahead. I can barely hear.
Nigga cough. I appreciate it.
My bad.
But like I was saying, bro, if a nigga jump in the time machine right now and just went back to the 1940s and ran up like, granddad, I'm your child from the future and shit, and we black, he probably slapped the dog shit out your ass. Like, boy, your ass retarded. Don't never call yourself black. That's just how they is and shit. And we not gonna sit here and bug down like that ain't the case and shit. So, bro was trying to explain to motherfucking, basically trying to walk with him and shit to let him know like how eventually over time they use groups, and knowing that the mental capacity of everybody wanted to be accepted, they wanted to be accepted amongst their own to the point that they took on the term black because a motherfucker started forefronting that shit on the TV and shit like that. But I'll mute up right there. Shit, I gotta go in this post office.
Yeah, because my mom to this day, she still don't like being called black, but what is her other options really when she's been conditioned and believed in roots and shit like that?
Well, see
But she never accepted no African American though. And she's always told me that we were already here, so she know that we're not African.
But see, the thing is, the word blanco in Spanish means white, and they trying to put their history on us and say we the slaves bought from Africa. But if Europe is North Africa, because that's how them two continents connect, then
hey, let me ask you a question, bit bro, Eric, and this is gonna give you a better understanding of the way you should look at this. Was there ever considered free whites, and were there ever black people that was considered free whites?
Yeah. I don't know if it was white people considered free whites, but it was black people considered free whites.
That's what I'm saying. So if you got black people, right, Negro whites, how can you look at the word white as different than what we're saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand, like, what are we talking about here?
We talking about linguistics and transliteration. So many terms have been manipulated and changed in ways in manipulation and transferred, meaning transliteration, through the changing of the languages of people. And when you speaking to people, like for one example, I'm down here in Texas. So if I go down to Mexico, they got a term that they'll call me that means in Grito or some shit they call me. It means like Indian in Mexico. But see, them same Mexicans down there or the Spaniards down there in Mexico, as soon as they cross their border, they'll be like, oh, you are African. But see, if I'm down there in Mexico, they'll call me.
I talked to several Spanish people from down that way, and they say the word Morano or Mayate. I ain't gonna lie to you. They say Morano or Mayate. Mayate means nigger. You understand?
It literally means burnt.
Yeah, the word Morano means brown. That means browns. The Browns, the Moranos, the Browns. You feel what I'm saying?
So if you go down there and you ask them, well, who's those people that are exiled in their own land? My Aztec family down there, they pushed them out into the outer skirts. They gonna say them the Ingridos. Them black people I thought, yeah, they Africans. They came from Africa. But those are still the Aztec and the Mayan and the Inca people down there. They didn't push out into the outer skirts, and they still keep all the spiritual, and they not really permitted to come into the inner communities and function with people out there. And if you go and say, who them people? Oh, they'll call them Ingridos. That's what they mean. It mean Indian. What does Indian mean? You look up Indian ink. Indian ink is a dark color ink. Now, I'm not saying any of that stuff should be applied to who we are versus indigenous or aboriginal or nigga or nigga or none of that. I'm just like covering like different information that I didn't, ciphered and I didn't overstood and just bringing it to the panel. And I don't want to be judged. Like y'all tried to judge me early with the aboriginal shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker gonna call me, but just don't call me no motherfucking African, nigga. As long as you don't call me no African nigga, we ain't gonna have no problems.
All right, I'm back to address my original question. Because I still
no problem, bro.
Right, I still want to know how it is that you accept a title that has no standing in law, especially if you know the title has no standing in law. I have to see another people group. I have to see that done to another people group who accepts a title coming from an original title. Bruh, what do you want, bruh? Coming from an original title that may or may not have had standing in law. Yeah, I got it. Here we go. That's my question.
How I'm cool with it, bro? You talking to me specifically?
No, I'm talking to anybody because look, everybody's saying that particular titles has no standing in law, right? But according to
we know that now, but our people probably didn't really know that.
Yeah, and listen, what I'm saying is the way I said we can rationalize and maybe understand where our ancestors was at, why they accepted this, it goes back to what I asked you. Did you claim or accept a term or a descriptive term that was put on you that you know that isn't right? And then what you have to ask yourself, how did you allow yourself to accept it? And that'll be probably the answer that your ancestors would have went through.
Can I add on?
Go ahead, brother.
Wait a minute, hold on. See, like when you say that, right? Like did you accept the title, whatever? Yeah, I accepted. I accepted the title, but it wasn't under the impression that it was a fucked up title, right? Like if you was to call me a bitch, I'm gonna adamantly reject that title because I know exactly what it means, right? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna start calling myself a bitch behind you calling me that because I know it's inappropriate. But when you say shit like black and African American, there's no foreknowledge that those titles have any hidden meaning behind them, right? It just seems like you identify with the people who you've always identified with. But go ahead, Howard.
Hey, can I jump in 1 second real quick on that?
I got you, True. So listen, so my proposal to you, Brother Smoke, is that the same reasoning of acceptance of the word black back then was maybe be the same reasoning that we accepted American at whatever time that we accepted it. You see what I'm saying? Not knowing that it was going to be a faulty legal standing and misjudgment on our lineage and history. You understand me? That's the way I look at it. I can only put myself in their shoes, though.
I don't think we have a choice if you let your children go to public schooling.
But hold on, y'all. The brother True got it right now. I got you, Eric. I'll come to you.
No, let the brother get. I got it behind Eric. Go ahead, Eric.
That's all I was gonna say, brother. Like, I don't think we have a choice if we allow our children to go to public school, and this is where all the transliteration and the propaganda is pushed, and we are programmed.
Right. I mean,
I agree with that.
I see the bigger picture behind getting us to attach to ourselves as black and shit, right? Because once you fall up under that universal black shit, that's how they able to run the education
I mean,
indoctrination and shit.
My bad, true. I just feel
you
like
got it, bro.
like this shit was put out on a silver platter. We act like we can't understand what the context. We act like it was no trickery involved, like it wasn't no colonization, like they didn't have a whole doomsday versus manifest destiny plan against American Negroes. We gotta understand that. So the things that was put upon us was put out upon us with deception and trickery. We was tricked, and we have to understand that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was trying to get to right there. That's what I was trying to get to right there.
even though we accept these terms and they have history and lineage, and it doesn't negate the fact that it is tied to a real bloodline here, we was tricked in accepting these terms. We didn't know we was tricked until after the fact. Hell, when crack hit our neighborhoods, we didn't know it was going to have the impact and that it had until after the fact. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not literally the decisions we got to deal with after the mistake. You understand me? Because all this shit is simple mistake from these people even having their whole enterprise hands into this whole system. So yeah, nonetheless, man, we was tricked, bro, into all these particular accepting these terms, bro. Only now when we able to understand and rationalize and have information at our fingertip that we can go against the grain and start challenging and understanding that we got the right under the UNDRIP, the United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Peoples Act, the American Declaration Rights of Indigenous Peoples Act, that we got the right to self-identify. And that's all we simply doing. We self-identify. We got the right to self-identify and provide sources of who we are. So yeah.
And I think putting that self-identification into action, that next step is I got an appointment at 1:30. That's about 23 minutes from now with the USDA to get my farm mapped out. They finna come back there in that land I showed y'all earlier. But the elders have always told or said when we had these conversations, get your own land, get you a farm, because then that land, when you talking about identifying yourself, like I'm finna name my land the Sunshine Farm, and I'm gonna have the Aztec Pyramid of the Sun on that thing. So it don't matter if they won't say, well, you up under the black farmers' little privilege, or you up under the veterans. I don't care what you call it, the veterans pyramid of black. This is an Aztec farm. You see that pyramid right there? That's my logo. This is my company. This is my business. This is my land, and this is the title on my land. So
yeah, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, that's some real
but
shit.
They still own it though.
Exactly.
Right, and that's what I don't like. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the fact that they always gotta put their hands in our shit, and we always gotta pay taxes into their asses or whatever. And then you feel me? And I get that, but all right, let me just say this: I understand why they're doing the farms and stuff because they need it or whatever. Like, we don't have the flock and stuff. Like, we're losing animals, food, all that. So now it's just like, okay, let's give these black motherfuckers, because maybe they could tap into their old roots or whatever and start fucking farming again. You get what I'm saying? Like, but once again, it's just like they still have their ties into your land or whatever. And it's just like, when do we break that chain? When do we just go ahead and just forget it all? Like, why do we
stop signing wrong contracts?
That's real though. That's some real shit.
That's what I'm trying. Right, like, just something to think about. Because and I congrats to you, or whatever. But still, like,
well, I think in that same on that same coin flood, I think that on the other side of that coin, them white folks know, just like they say them white folks know these the niggas' land. So just like I know that this is my land and I bought this land, and today I'm having a meeting at 1:30 to get some more land and get a proposal over the land I have already. Them white folks that's manipulating the situation, they know too. I got they shit, but yeah, this they shit. Listen, so it still comes to the same.
But like which white folks though? Because out in Maryland in particular, there's one of the biggest weed farms in this country is owned by an East Indian man, but he puts out a white man's face and name in the public. and the PR.
Of course, that's how he get his permits and his licenses and shit.
Yeah. So like, which white man though?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just those Caucasians
don't
that's
matter.
fucking us over.
Hey,
It don't matter what pale face.
300. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
My homie lost almost 300K and shit, motherfucking fucking with lawyers and people to counsel on how to go about the right way in the state of Massachusetts to open up a legal cannabis farm. And at the end of the day, they ain't do nothing but play them and milk them up out of their money until they came back to California and was like, fuck that shit. So they only allow when they own people get in. And this the shit that I talk about right here. Why the fuck they motherfucking advertise legalizing this shit based on the fact of the disenfranchised people with our pictures, but all they did was make us a customer and made it even more harder for us to get in the motherfucking field. Now this some shit niggas need to be standing on right here, because how the fuck y'all gonna take over our shit? Y'all basically came in like the mafia, like, yeah, y'all niggas get money, but guess what, nigga? This our club now, and we want 80% of your shit, or nigga, you can't do nothing.
Because
And on
they're
top of
moving
that, we gonna
wrong.
make it hard for your ass to even get the fuck in. Now we need to be at arm's length about this shit right here, but niggas
The
just
problem
happy
is
with being a
the
customer.
problem is we
They're
going into
moving
their
as
clubs.
black. They're moving as black and African American. That's the problem.
It ain't got shit to
ain't
do
gonna be
with
able to get in
blackness and all
arm's
the fact that
length.
niggas don't want to get off their ass and stand.
Hey, listen, bro, niggas ain't gonna be able to get in arm's length because niggas don't like that. Niggas that claim black, niggas that claim more, niggas that claim nigga. You can't claim what you want to claim. Niggas, oh, them ain't my people. That nigga said he black. Like
Yeah,
what?
I don't want to grow weed with that black ass nigga. I don't want to grow weed with that Indian ass nigga, even though, nigga, the state of Colorado in the first 3 months made $25.3 billion in tax revenue. So imagine how much money was made off of that. Not to mention Illinois raised almost $1.2 billion in tax revenue its first fucking 2 months. Like, nigga,
That's why I think it's
how the fuck
imperative.
is we sitting back letting these niggas just take over this shit and we ain't doing nothing about it? Every time I try to fuck with weed, I gotta go fuck with
Why
a
does niggas
Chinese
still
or a
in
white
jail for
man
weed
because
charges?
ain't no
That's what I'm
niggas
trying to tell y'all. This whole
where the niggas at?
I think you gotta get your form. You gotta
Hold
get
on,
your
We gotta
form.
stand. We gotta stand
hold
on
on just
our
it's
indigenous
a
rights
$1
though.
trillion
We gotta
industry,
move.
bro.
Yeah, we
It's
gotta
a
Hawk
move. We
School.
gotta
$1
move
trillion
correctly.
industry. Not to mention
Hey,
the
hold on
gun
one
farms
second.
and shit.
Hold on one second. My bad, True. I want to let my boy Hawk School and get it in too, man. He ain't had a chance to say shit since he been on the panel, man. I want to introduce it, everybody get the flow. We got a gang of heavy hitters on this thing, though. Real talk. Got some OGs around this motherfucker. So yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Hawk School in the building.
Tribe, man. Peace to the panel.
Man, peace to the panel.
I just wanted to add on to this terminology conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because we often get confused what this whole Negro thing is even about. And if the real root of it is, you know, shit is deeper than what we think. Like, because you talking about, like, you think Negro, you think black, you think white, but really these are vibrations, these are sounds, these are words. You know what I mean? So you got to get into what are you actually putting into the universe when you make these sounds? You know what I'm saying? And really, Negro goes back to late 14th century. You got the Negromancer or Negromancery, okay? And Negromancery has now turned into necromancy, but really it comes from Greek necromancia, and necro, all right, necro means dead body, all right. So what they calling you is a dead body, my nigga, all right. And the reason they calling you a dead body and acting that way and dealing in these black arts is because you're dealing with WIGHT, white people, okay, which isn't a color, it's a spirit. You know what I'm talking about? A thing, a creature. You know what I'm saying? So you dealing with something like they say principalities of darkness, you know what I'm saying? And high places. Like this is a spiritual war. No matter what you want to claim, no matter what you want to use as your guidance or your armor, my nigga, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. All right. So niggas got to understand that the people we battling with are well aware of this. And that's why they work so hard to take us away from any type of spirituality. I land my plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have that one. But still, I'm not to cancel out everything
Necro.
you just said.
Necro means dead body. See,
Right.
Hey, brother, can you drop the knowledge on nigga and nigga too? Because we were talking about that earlier too, and I think you can break that down better than I could.
Well, you know, the Niger, really, that nigger, what you think you hearing, that Niger really is a Berber word. And that's a Berber word for rivers, all right? Because that coast, what's this called? The
Ivory Coast.
let me read this to you. It says Niger, as this is from africaresource.com. It says Niger, as I understand it, is the Tamazight Berber word for any river. Niger, as we all know, is also the Latin word for black. Nigeria is the most populated African country of today. We know that the genocidal murders and slavers would have meant to utilize the Latin root niggers to designate Nigeria, the home of the largest population of African Moors, rather than just the Berber word Niger, which refers to any flowing body of water. You know what I'm saying? And this is another connection because our ancestors here in the Americas was referred to as river gods. Everything connects us back to water. You know what I'm talking about? Even the letter M. When you dealing with these niggas in their 13th letter, that's what the letter M. That's from the Greek mu, and that's the letter M is waves of water, my nigga. You
So, brother, you got the answer, brother. So, brother, if I say indigenous and I say aboriginal, what do you think of when I give you these two terms?
I think of someone who came from the land they inhabit.
And right, and they're attacking that land, they're being invaded, then that means they're aboriginals, right? Versus if they're not under attack or any type of hostile, situation, then they're just referred to as indigenous people.
I don't know, bro, because in a lot of the books that I've read, I've read one book, and in the same paragraph, it'll say Indian, Aborigine, and Indigenous, bro. Because all these shit is just some motherfucking titles made up. You know what I'm saying? That another motherfucker called a nigga when he seen him. None of this shit, none of our people refer to themselves as none of this shit we argue, bro. That's the fact, my nigga.
So you the man when it comes to linguistics. So now, if we speak in English and we were the people, indigenous and aboriginal to all the land masses in the world, is this English language, is that a black language that has also been taken? Or is there such thing as a white man creating a language?
Oh no, them was niggas over there in England and whatnot. Germany, all that. Them was niggas. Them was definitely niggas. There's no question about that. I actually wanted to bring up one of the niggas from the coast. If I can, I don't want to like hog the motherfucking stage. That ain't really my style, but I do want you to see this. I recently found a nigga who is one of these. He's actually a slave trader, and he was enslaved accidentally by the British on the way to Barbados, not knowing that his African daddy was the slave trader. Here he is, William Ansah Cesarico, I believe it is Cesarico. I'm doing a build on it, but I'll just pull up a little Wikipedia on the nigga real quick so you can see what we up against. Because you're talking about melanated people, and you know, everybody ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't your brother. You know what I'm saying? And they know that. And I don't know if a nigga ever been to Chicago, but you try to get one of them Africans to give you a motherfucking cab ride. Now, don't get it twisted. I got Africans that I refer to as brothers, and that's my point. You know
we
what I'm
don't
saying?
see that many Africans though, bro. I keep it.
Well, go to Chicago, nigga. Go to Chicago, and they
right now, nigga.
Yeah, and they not gonna pull up when you want.
But
when
what
you
I'm
try to
saying
get
is, what I'm saying is, bro, is they usually over there by the foreigners and the white people. We don't see them, bro. They don't be around us.
Oh, they'll be downtown. You know where everybody at, the melting pot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
ain't got no hood. Ain't no African hood, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we know
not
that.
at all.
That's because they foreigners and they stay to themselves because they all know they foreigners.
Yeah, that's a big fact.
Okay, Big House. Now we always like to refer as.
Let's be real. Africans ain't even Africans though.
That's a fact, and that's what I want to show you, Al. Because here you got William Ansah Cesarico, a prominent 18th century Fonte royal and diplomat. Hold on, let me get this out the way. Let me reduce this size, man. Because this nigga, it say here, look at this little brief little story. It say
support the channel. Support the channel. Hit that like
support the
button.
channel, man. Yeah. Go on, hit that like, man. Say what you got to say, Bap. I'm on
Put that
standby.
motherfucker back in there. I ain't gonna smoke no shit.
No, you good. You cooking.
You say he was a prominent 18th century Fonte royal and diplomat known for his wrongful enslavement in the West Indies. All right. And his diplomatic mission to England. He was both prominent among the Fonte people and influential among Europeans concerned with the transatlantic slave trade. All right. Now you see how this nigga G'd up. After his father, John Corrente, sent Ansah's brother to France, he sent Ansah to England to gain an education, curry favor with the British, and serve as his eye and ears in Europe. The ship captain entrusted with Ansah's transport, however, instead sold him into slavery in Barbados before reaching England. All right. Years later, a free Fonte trader discovered Ansah in Barbados and quickly alerted John Corrente of his son's fate. Corrente petitioned the British to free Ansah, and the British Royal African Company, all right, we'll let you marinate on that for a second. All right, this is a company set up in 1660 by the Royal Stuart family and City of London merchants to trade along the west coast of Africa. It was led by the Duke of York, who was the brother of King Charles II. All right, now these niggas too. I can show you the pictures of them. I got them on deck. It says upon returning to Anomabo, whatever the fuck, Ansah took up work as a writer at Cape Coast Castle, the primary British fortification on the Gold Coast. This is where they're gonna tell you niggas you came from. Whole time niggas and white people running this shit. And matter of fact, the white people playing tribute to the niggas. I'm gonna show and prove. It say after go ahead.
No, you cooking up some heat right there, man. And that's what we've been trying to tell these niggas, man. They've been lying. These niggas ain't never really established nothing, man. Hey, I got a 435 area code. You're live talking to Aboriginal Power on the Wake and Bake Show, man. State your name and where you calling from.
This Jersey video mix. You know what I'm saying? The builders is fire today, AP. Shout out to the chat and everybody on the panel. Fire build. Everybody dropping hella knowledge. Yesterday what went down, I want to apologize for the actions the hood niggas do. I did not represent the Aboriginal community right way at any way, shape, or form. And I'm sorry to Aboriginal's platform in the chat room. I'm not asking to be forgiven. If you would accept this genuine apology, I don't expect you to. But from the deep down a part of my soul, I'm sorry to the sister and everybody else, especially the sisters in the chat. That was wrong. And niggas was cool yesterday with Sully and Slow Nissan calling us niggas. That was wrong too. But what Hawks was saying about the black magic, the word Negro meaning black, and it going back to necromancy, pure fact. He was black, black.
Your phone breaking up, dude.
Damn. Well, you know what? I ain't even going to talk.
You good now?
Okay, well, yeah, we was blackmailed, blackballed, and when they sent us from other places from America, we was blackbirded, and also was a part of black magic. And what happens is they start off with their word spells first, and the biggest word spell you can use, foundation, is Latin. You know what I'm saying? And so this is how they got us in the beginning with the spells. This is what I was trying to tell people in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to submit to the Pope, especially the black folk at the end of the day, and they doing spell work and shit like that. But niggas don't want to hear this. You know what I'm saying? United Nations, what's it called? Headquarters, it's called Lucius Trust, started by Alice A. Belly, a student of Madame Blavatsky.
Madame Blavatsky, right? That was taught. Listen, even in the Bible, when Moses went up to got the damn tablets, he got black magic, the understanding of black magic inside of that damn box, bro. Listen, that's why he went back to Egypt. He threw that stick down. It turned into a snake. He did all kind of shit. He making water come from a rock. Nigga, he was doing black magic, bro.
Well, I want some people call that white magic, but that story go back to Gilgamesh.
Witchery,
and, and that's And that story go back to Sumerians too. We the so-called ancient Sumerians. But you know what? Fuck all that. Everybody, love yourself today. Everything that you need is already within yourself. Keep your mind straight. Utilize color therapy. When you look at the sky is blue, it help you speak better. You look at the green grass, help out your heart. Learn color therapy. Eat the right shit. Listen to the right things. Excuse my language. But yeah, much love and respect, peace and honor. And I wish all y'all prosperity and a good day and the rest of the year. And for next year, you're going to win because you already win. It's within you. Your ancestors going to be proud of you. They're already proud of you. But if you're here, you are exclusive. Your exclusive energy and frequency is going to vibrate and penetrate everybody in a real good way, especially you. All right, good nigga. Well, video mixes. I'm out.
Nah, you hood nigga doing still. But all right, I'll see you later.
I hit the line in like an hour, Brody. This true. Tell that nigga hit the line, bro.
That nigga pimp.
Oh, light skinned ass nigga.
Yeah, light skinned ass nigga. Hey, 563 area code, man. State your name, where you calling from. You live talking to Aboriginal Power on the Wake and Bake Show.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump into the convo about black.
All right, state your name, where you calling from, big bro.
Calling from Iowa.
And your name?
You can call me Mac.
Mac?
Yep.
All right, nice to meet you, brother. Yeah, then go ahead, you got it.
I just feel like when becoming black, it's got like a burden. It's like it's a heavy term that's put on you, like black people. I hear like blacked out. I've become sensitive to the term, and I used to prefer it, but when I like understood what it really means and that's not our color, I realized that it was weaponized against us. And I think we need to move away from that term. Because like if you go to Africa, there's Nigerian, there's Somalian, they don't even refer to themselves, as black. They refer to themselves as a tribe, which is what we used to do. You're Blackfoot, you're Sioux, whatever it is. But I don't like the term, and I feel like we have to come to an agreement on what we're going to be called. And it needs to be like our decision. African American, that's horrendous for obvious reasons. I like Indians, personally. I like Indians or Aboriginal. But it's got to be something. And when you look into it, the term white, that's a new term too. So-called white people didn't even call themselves white people way back when. Like the ancient Roman time, they weren't referring to people as really white and black. They had Ethiopian, which was like burnt face, and even those people back then, they weren't even really white. Like if you look at they got paintings of them, they were like tan color. They were like close to what a biracial person would be. They had curly hair. So it's obvious that the term white and black is a weaponized term to make a hierarchy where the pale-skinned people are on the top and the so-called darker-skinned people, black, are on the bottom. It's like a caste system. And it's like we're in agreement with the caste system when we run around calling ourselves black, when we come in all kinds of different shades of brown and caramel, dark skin, light skin. But like we're not chalkboard black. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement to that, brother. I'm in agreement to a lot of that, man. Yeah, man.
It's like,
I don't really agree with that. I look at it like this, man. If we descendants or Aborigines or indigenous people, we descend from these indigenous people, the original people, whatever they were or whatever they call themselves is what we are. I don't think we have the right to start changing nationalities without changing lands. You get what I mean? Now, tribal affiliations and nationality is not the same thing. You understand? There were different tribes of people that identified by their whatever name. Most of those tribal families. or they became tribe because they were in the same area. But as a nationality, we got to call ourselves what our ancestors called themselves, and that's more.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Always one of you.
That nigga hit you with the
Why you
sales
always get
pitch.
here?
That nigga read the sales pitch.
That's more. No, my
That's what your
ancestors
people
didn't
want.
call
That's what your people call themselves.
That's not what they called themselves.
Queen, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Queen.
Ain't no,
if we dig a little deeper than the 1400s,
oh my God,
that's the term you're gonna run across.
Boy,
Now, don't get me wrong, it has a time stamp on it.
1800s first, then take me to the 14.
Say it again.
Go in chronological order, bro. Start from 19 to 18 to 17 to 16 to 14, bro. Walk it down. Don't try to fucking time jump me, bro. Almost 400.
Yeah, because our people, they actually, hold on. At that time period, we called ourselves, hold on, you talking about at the Appalachia. That's what we called ourselves, because the Creek is the Muskogee, Muskogee is the Appalachia. And the Appalachia that's all motherfucking southeast, quote unquote, paleo Indian. You know what I'm talking about? The Aborigines.
Did they call themselves Indian?
No, they call themselves the Appalachia.
Did they call themselves
the Appalachia? So the mountain range people live around that mountain range.
Not the mountain range people. No, not the mountain range. The mountain range is named after the people, my nigga.
Cool. That's what I'm saying. The people that live around the area. That's what I'm asking.
But the area we talking about the whole southeast. What they refer to now as the Black Belt, my nigga. That means Georgia, motherfucking Florida, motherfucking Alabama.
No, I never heard that terminology.
You never heard of Appalachia? Then you ain't did no research.
No, I never heard of Black Belt.
Well, you under my pay grade, respectfully.
No, I never heard of Black Belt. I don't think. Are you from there?
How you ain't never heard of the Black Belt?
How you heard of it?
Oh, you ain't nigga by doing research, nigga teaching my people their history. You didn't know what happened in the Civil War? You don't know about the Anaconda Plan in the Civil War, brother? Here I put.
I understand about that. Yeah. I understand that, but what I'm asking you, listen. I'm asking you, where did you find the term Black Belt to describe the Carolinas and the Georgia area? Maybe one time they did.
On the
Maybe
map with the map with the Anaconda Plan, where they was planning on strangling us out during the Civil War, but it was actually referred to as the Gold Belt. The enemy,
the
enemy. The enemy, sir.
All right, who were the enemy? Who do you consider the enemy during that particular war? Weren't they your people?
We had quite a few enemies, brother. There was a lot of wars.
I know, but they were. Yeah, I understand that. But we were the same people fighting each other. That was a civil war.
No.
Yes.
Bro, they had Russian generals in the motherfucking Union Army. So how is that the same people? We Confederates fighting against Russians. We Aborigines fighting Russians.
Fight against Russians, man. They could have been some Russians inside the home. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is we were fighting each other. There was a war. These particular tribes fighting these particular tribes.
I don't know who paid you to teach that, but it's wrong.
That's what it was, King. That's what it was. It is what it is. And it was harsh.
It is what it is, but you haven't done any research, bro, because you don't know about the Anaconda Plan, which is the main motherfucking plan of the enemy on how they was
told a lie by a liar, King.
Okay,
that's what you got to say.
Can I share my screen? Can I share my screen? Because talk is hard.
So when y'all more share my screen, bro. Morocco.
Hey, so
over there.
Share my screen.
You ain't from there? Are you from there? Are you from there? I'm asking a question.
So
you talking to me?
This is, bro. All the historians know what the Black Belt is, bro. And if you don't know what the Black Belt is, bro, then you don't know history, my nigga.
King, history is something that happened and told by different people. All right, you may have been told.
Yeah, that's why it's called cross-reference. That's why you research. You know what research means?
Man,
it means search again,
shut
nigga.
the fuck up, you here. You guess what I'm saying?
Shut the fuck up,
what I'm saying?
You coming up with these lies and you don't even know shit, my nigga. You don't even know the history, so you disqualified.
Where you from?
You ain't never heard of the Black Belt. How can you talk about history?
Where are you from?
Have you ever heard of the Gold Belt? Nigga, I'm from here, nigga.
Where are you from?
What you mean?
Where you from, man?
Atlantis, nigga.
You sound like you from, you ain't even around here. You don't pick up a book that somebody, you come out there and look Daniel, man. You ran with it.
Fucked up, boy.
Who are you from?
So the Black Belt is Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, What else we got on here? Yeah, Missouri. You know what I'm talking about? This is all what was Indian territory. The historians refer to us as the Southeastern Indians. All right?
Cool.
Because this is the Southeast area.
Who gave that term? Where did that term come from?
Show me where the people was calling themselves more at, bro. I heard you say that shit. Now you show us where they call themselves more, because nigga, I ain't never heard that term till I got on YouTube, nigga. What's good?
Say word.
Say word.
Right. There was 73 more
nigga,
that.
I'm from the Black Belt, nigga. I'm from Mississippi, nigga.
Man, listen. Well, y'all, listen, Ken. When you use the term Black Belt, bro, you gotta remember now. I never heard that term. So I'm not saying
okay,
that term.
our ancestors said gold belt. Call it the gold belt, Dan, if it make you feel better, my nigga. You can say south. You can say Southeastern North America. Southeastern North America. See, we're not gonna argue terms when we just talking about an area.
Exactly, but that'll work. I'm from this area. For those that's from this area, I'm speaking to them. Which one of y'all heard this term being applied to this area? Now, I'm not saying it wasn't. I ain't saying somebody didn't call us that. But we didn't call ourselves that, is what I'm saying.
We know that, bro.
Cool. All right, so cool now. When I use this term more, the reason why I use that term more, because at one particular time, we had called ourselves that. We was a part and parcel to this thing they call the Moroccan Empire.
All right, show me that, nigga. We ain't from no Morocco, bro. Like, hey, look, let's keep it a King, bro. King.
America was once called that. It was once called that. If you're a historian, you trying to tell me you never heard of that?
Who taught you that, bro? Who taught you that? You study time about somebody else called us that.
And we just talking about a geological region, bro. So why is we gonna get caught up in arguing about a geological region being called different shit?
No, we're not talking about that. What I was saying is, for the name, what do we call ourselves? All right, now, and I know I'm not taking nobody scholarly, you know what I mean, advantage nobody. I ain't saying nobody ain't smart, but if y'all historians, do you have to ran across that term one time? At least once in your days. If you never did, cool.
Bro, the first time I heard the term more, bro, on some G shit, the first time I heard the term more, bro, was when I moved to Chicago and it was on some gangbanging shit, nigga. It was some L. Rookins and Blackstones, nigga. First time I ever heard that shit, bro.
True.
Nigga, I was fucking 13, bro, the first time I heard that shit.
Cool.
So I heard was Blackstone at first. Then my grandfather taught me about the L. Rookins, because he was an L. Rookins nigga, and they practiced the motherfucking teachers of the honorable motherfucking damn, nigga, you just threw me the fuck off. But nigga, I ain't heard nothing about no Moors till I came to Chicago, bro. I ain't heard about no ancient time and shit.
But that mean it didn't exist because you never heard of it?
And I want to say the reason they call it the Black Belt has nothing to do with our nationality. It's because the geology emphasizes the highly fertile black soil in the area. And that's why we live in the area we lived in, because we the smartest niggas on the planet, and this was the best land amongst the land. And this consists of Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia, which is still the largest concentration of the so-called Negro in America.
Cool, I don't disagree with that. All right. So what I said was, I never heard the term Black Belt. That's what I said.
All right, it refers to a social history, especially concerning slavery and black workers of the geological region known as the Black Belt. All right. Historically, the Black Belt economy was based on cotton plantations, along with some tobacco plantation areas along the Virginia, North Carolina borders. This was the most valuable land on the continent of North America. So you can do a light Google search on that, brother, and it'll take you down a rabbit hole, which will increase your knowledge.
Hey, so look, this sounds like an argument of terms, bro. So let's just keep it a buck, right? Now, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Whether you call yourself an Indian, an Aboriginal, or more, whatever, nigga, that's your personal fucking preference. At the end of the day, bro, I never heard none of my motherfucking ancestors calling themselves none of these terms until modern times. That's why motherfuckers be saying shit like I don't subscribe to no titles, right? Now, I acknowledge titles of his modern understanding of what people are trying to say, and I respect it. But at the end of the day, you just can't come in and say, no, nigga, that shit you saying is bullshit. Somebody gave it to you. Nigga, this is it right here. Like that, I wasn't given to a nigga too. They both in the same category. They both in the same motherfucking box, bro. So it's like respect everybody motherfucking title that they choose to come across and shit, bro. Or be ready for the
I'm not knocking that.
out.
Yeah, listen, I'm not knocking that. It is what it is. What I'm saying is that at one point in time, these people here, I'm in South Carolina, people here call themselves Moors.
Never.
That's what I'm saying.
South Carolina was a British colony, my nigga. They might have.
King.
It was a British
Cool.
colony. Cool. Those were the British niggas calling themselves that, bro.
He
know
is
they
British.
South Carolina, my
He
nigga.
is British. Look at him. He a British. Look at him. He British.
He did look
British.
See, that's that nigga I just showed y'all on the screen earlier. You might have missed it. That African nigga
British?
that was all dipped and shit.
African?
That was fucking with the British.
No, you British. I'm from. Listen. First of all, King, you guess all the fucking what. That's why you lost now guessing. But anyway, I told you who I am. I am who I am. All right?
He called
hey, man, listen, man.
You know, they know how to master our accents.
Nigga, let's think about it, man. If you call yourself a fucking Indian, you part of the sellouts.
I'm not. Hey, I'm a Texas nigga. I'm a
Mississippian nigga. I descend
both
from
niggas.
mound builders of
What
the
do nigga mean?
Mississippi Valley.
Do y'all call each other? What does that word mean? All right, then.
That mean that I come
Cool,
from the
all right, then. What the word mean?
It mean he ain't from Morocco. I mean that he don't descend from Morocco. That's what it means.
When I say Morocco,
we can tell you
this place right here they call it Americas. North, South, and the islands.
Hey,
this
look,
place
bro,
they call America's
this
part of
why I
the
say
Moroccan
the term
Empire.
is
Now, if you don't know that,
bro. This why I say I'm a Mississippian, bro. Hey, look, bro. This why I say hey, Al Moroccan. This why I say I'm a Mississippian, bro. When they start talking about the Mississippi mound builders, ancient people of this region, the location of the Mississippian mound builders, the Mississippian peoples is in the Middle South, where I was originally born at, in the Midwest, where nigga we moved to and established roots, and I had family up there all the time. So that's the term that I go on, which established the ancient people and the locations of where they at, bro. That's why I said
I'm not knocking that. All I'm asking you, all right, cool, King. Let me ask you this, King. In that place you talk, you speaking of right now.
You come from
at one time
that invaded us.
At that place you talk about on that river, was there not a what they call a Moorish castle there? An ancient Moorish castle there?
The fuck are you?
When that whole area once there was in that area in that place you call Mississippi,
bro. You
once
come from
called
British
Moortown.
people, man. That's why you come in here trying to cause confusion and shit. Because you
Bubba, you're already confused. I'm gonna straighten you out, Bubba. You're already confused. I'm not trying to confuse you. You ain't done somebody did that.
You one of them people, bro.
Man, hush up, man.
Get on the screen and let us look at you.
I'm on the screen, nigga.
No, you ain't. Yeah, you one of them people. I recognize you, bro. Your spirit tell me who you are.
Bro, your ass hiding in the shadows, bro. Where the fuck you at? We can't see you, bro.
He one of them people.
Hey, share my screen, man.
Look at him. Look at him. You one of them people. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got this copper skin. You ain't got
your
this
skin like that because one of your people mixed. That's why your skin like that, King. That's why you ever feel like that, King. Do some real research, King. Your ass don't look like you. Your ass don't look like me. Somewhere along the line, my nigga, somebody put a little something inside your blood make you look like that. What you so proud? I'm not knocking you.
Look at you and tell you not one of us.
I'm original.
No, you
not. I'm the
No,
people that your ass stem from.
No, you not.
That's who I am, King.
We looking at you.
Hey, you look like William Ansah Sisaraco, my nigga from Ghana.
That's who he is. He one of them people. That's why he coming here with this confusion.
I look like Ansah Sisaraco from Morocco. And you look like your mom been sneaking in a nigga goddamn cave that came up with you. You talk about look like some, come on, man.
You not one of us.
Hey, man.
You right. You right, King. You right.
Thank you.
You the ignorant.
You coming here with this confusion and you throwing around these titles, bro.
It's only confusion to the ignorant, King.
One of us.
King, I ain't never claimed to be you.
You
what
from
the fuck?
Raw
Who is you?
Company?
Who the fuck is you? I ain't never said I'm no fucking African. My ancestors already been here for, and I can trace my bloodline. I live around all my people.
No, you don't. No,
have you ever seen
that accent creeping out.
You ever seen the
nigga? Listen, I already told you. I'm right from South Carolina, Goose Creek.
No, you not.
Charleston.
No,
How you tell I ain't where I'm from?
Cause I'm looking at you.
He said he's from Goose Creek. He looked like some of them Geechees down there in Goose Creek.
No, he don't, man. Look at his spirit. Look at his aura.
Down there about
Where you from, man?
I'm from Texas, nigga. I'm a Texas nigga. All day, every day.
Cool.
Nigga, I'm in Chicago,
Cool,
nigga.
man.
Y'all see it, it's cold as
Yeah,
shit,
but what the
nigga.
fuck
You can look at it
how
though.
you got somebody experiment talking to
You
you?
can look at it. You can look at it. My
What
mama,
last time
my
you been in
daddy,
talking?
everybody, we
Well,
from here.
anytime
We
y'all
ain't been
fact,
from nowhere else.
trace your bloodline. I bet you got some ancestors from Charleston, and I bet they look like me.
A goddamn lie, nigga.
You might
You
be
didn't
right
listen,
about
King.
that.
When
You from you a Britain.
Charleston, South Carolina was one of our main motherfucking headquarters when we was in
You a
power.
Britain.
But there was a lot.
Britain.
But there was a lot of niggas. There was a lot of traitor shit going on in South Carolina. That's
exactly.
How
And you already can tell the traitors?
Huh?
The ones that left and went on the other side of Mississippi, who left us before the war kicked off.
Hey, that's real shit.
Trace your bloodline.
That's real. Oh, nigga, I know who I am, nigga. I know who I am. I'm fucking tribe, nigga. I know who I am.
Listen, all of us
man.
family. All of us are family.
I know who I am.
Hold on. Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up.
Y'all skipping steps, man.
Everybody mute the fuck up, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good looking gangsters. Listen, man. Listen, we gotta get some straightening. Ain't nothing gonna get some straightening but some straightening. Now, listen, we gonna get it together, man. Listen, let's keep it respectful. The brother saying he from her, he just claimed a different title. That's why I be telling y'all niggas wrapped up on these titles. Y'all niggas out here 2 Indians licking rocks, hugging trees. You niggas ain't back tapped into the grassroots. You niggas gotta get it together, man. Y'all gotta get some shit together, man. Your peoples, man. It does now. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers,
this ain't a monkey's uncle. You know what I'm saying? Me, this is Alabama's uncle. This is a monkey's uncle. Yeah, it's all good.
You can tell that
we got my boys.
They always come in with the confusion.
Hold on a second, man. I got you. Mr. Huggins, you fresh on the panel, man. I'm gonna let you get the flow real quick, man. You got it.
I just got something to add, though. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like motherfuckers be missing the steps, like, and you ain't gonna get the steps because we missing the language. And all of this shit was taught to us with a different language. So when a motherfucker teach you a different language, they teaching you everything you need to know. You get what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna really never find what the fuck you looking for because you don't even understand the language, the first original language. If that makes sense. If I teach you a language, if I teach you a language and I teach you a language, I'm teaching you everything, like all of these words and all of this shit. They already made like this shit up. They designed this shit. So you ain't gonna never know what the fuck you looking for because they taught you everything you know. They taught you.
Hey, but listen, what if I told you that that's a lie and that they took the English and all these words from you? What if I told you that?
I don't think so. We wasn't talking this. We wasn't even speaking.
Hey, I can show you right now. Even listen, even the white boy himself, the expert saying, listen, we took all these words. The English didn't get created till we took the words from the indigenous people. Spanish wasn't a language until they weren't speaking Spanish in fucking Spain until they came here, bro. They weren't speaking Spanish in Spain, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's why people need to quit holding on to Negro meaning black.
Check this out, bro. Check this out. Everybody got a different language. Do you think we got the same damn language, bro?
Nah, that's the point. What's up, everybody on the panel though? Before I start speaking, what's up with y'all?
Peace.
State your name, where you from? Shout out to you, Melanie.
YouTube say melodically gifted. My name P. Neal. I'm from St. Louis. I stay in St. Louis right now. My people come from.
You can change your name if you want me to.
Tribe.
You said you can. No, it's all good.
All right.
But yeah, damn, I damn near forgot what the brother just said. My bad. I'm driving.
My bad.
But I hear talking about the languages. But what I had went over, I heard that the first Noah Webster's dictionary was comprised of like 26 different indigenous tribes here. So, and our people, me doing our research, our people never refer to ourselves as one group, like one name when referring to a group. Everybody had different names for shit.
Tribes.
Yeah, because it come from tribes. So you try to find out.
Get all these gangs and all of this.
Tribes is some new shit. Tribes is some shit that started separating the family nations. See, what I'm trying to tell y'all is all the shit that y'all think y'all know, look at it, cause it's bullshit. Go back and reevaluate it with a new perspective. Man, I'm just saying these tribe shit is not it, bro. That shit fucking.
You right. We had like them like empires.
Man, we had nations, bro. We had if you got a city that got public transportation, public sanitation. I'm talking about 3,000 years ago, bro.
Right.
We got no motherfucking rock slapping, tribe hugging, TP living ass people, nigga. You lived in the buildings, man. You lived in the
peep game though, like say
you really come from the bricks, bro. You really come from the bricks, bro. We from the bricks.
For shit, so I just use that word as like you know, as like a point, like a reference where everybody can understand what I was talking about. But nah, you right though, cause I caught one of your I forgot if it was a live or a video where you was on dude John Levi page, and he was showing like ancient structures here in America that predate basically like colonial civilization and shit. We got we got hills over here in St. Louis, bro. Like all of the cities, right? You go to the north side, the south
bro.
side,
St. Louis is a hub, bro.
Nah, for shit show, bro. Like, bro, it's they used to call it Mound City. It's nothing but mounds all over this motherfucker. Like some
listen, a lot of those mounds, big bro, are real temples. They just took the bricks off of them. As a matter of fact, one of those large temples had the bricks removed, and they built the St. Louis Cathedral out of those bricks. So when you ride by that St. Louis Cathedral, and you look at them bricks, they go back thousands of years ago. Like I said, we really from the bricks. St. Louis got rid of the building. I'm talking about buildings like you see in New York. Buildings like you see.
It was but like say for instance,
we still got some from the World's Fair in 1904.
Yeah, they always keep some for memorabilia. And listen, they say all of them was built for temporary use, but the ones that they saved is motherfucking strong and sturdy.
The History Museum. I'm from St. Louis too, my nigga. The History Museum is still a remnant of the World's Fair. But if you notice over there in Forest Park, you got all the golf courses right there off Skinker.
I was just gonna mention,
that's all them mounds is up under them golf courses. On Lucas and Hunt, you got all them golf courses.
On Redmond.
That's all our shit up under there. Because St. Louis was a satellite city for Cahokia. It was all connected. You know what I'm saying? Because the river was the highway.
Right, St. Louis was Cahokia because it's on the boot of Missouri. So like motherfuckers,
it's all part of it.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. Like it's all the same shit. Motherfuckers just created borders. But like, say if you go to East St. Louis, like 100 years ago, motherfuckers was having race riots, and I know East St. Louis was like Black Wall Street here. I know every inner city basically had a Black Wall Street.
That's where I'm
from. Shit is a straight ghost town now. The only thing that's open is strip clubs, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
So is Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn was one of the first black cities in America.
I mean, you got.
That's over in East St. Louis, but that's why they call it St. Louis and East St. Louis. It's the same thing. They know it's one city on both sides of the river. The same thing as Cahokia.
The only thing that
when you look on maps, when you look on maps in the motherfucking 1400s, 1600s, you see Philadelphia, San Antonio, San Diego on maps in the 1500s, and on the maps they got buildings and castles and shit already there. So we weren't never no primitive ass people, bro.
Right. That's a fact. Nah, I see that shit everywhere. Even like roads, bro. Like roads connect from Mississippi straight to motherfucking St. Louis. That shit a 9-hour drive. How the fuck you got a road that goes straight from here to here? That shit been there.
Because that shit been there, bro. Listen, they already proved it. Archaeologists found super highways that lead you to every city in America going back 3,000 years ago. I ain't talking about no road, my man. I'm talking about they said they got super highways they found in America. I got the articles ready.
One of the highways is the one that 22-mile one in New Orleans. But how the fuck you build something like that? And man, that motherfucker go straight from Mississippi to New Orleans, bro. That motherfucker hella big, bro. Those peoples wouldn't even. The only way you can build certain passageways like that is if you got like knowledge of the land. The motherfuckers just got over it. They didn't know what the fuck they was doing. They built
Listen, man.
Man, listen. Africans ain't even African. We went over there and civilized them down there 10,000 years ago. We've been civilized in the world, bro. Sumeria, Asia, Africa, all they sciences, they wouldn't have no kickstart to motherfucking civilization without us, bro. All the ancient literature in the 1700s, early 1900s states it. Only during the Reconstruction, these bastards start lying and telling you otherwise.
Yo,
Niggas new, man.
Al.
Yeah,
Anybody Africans
like
ain't
no,
Africans in the chat, man. Let's get
I
it.
came up into this understanding like a little while ago, bro. I just turned 25 like a couple months ago. But like I done been through each little wave.
Man,
Like,
listen, bro. That's real, bro. I want to congratulate you, man. Everybody in the chat, give this young brother some congratulations. Shout out to the brother P. Nail on the panel, man. I appreciate you coming on. Listen, you know what's crazy is when I first started doing live streams and the world heard big Aboriginal power go in on this Aboriginal information, I was the age that you are right now, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
damn.
Yo, Al.
On me, I feel that.
What'd you say, brother? Who was that asking the question? My bad.
Superman.
Superman, what up, big brody?
What's up, man? This is what I want to put out there. We're under attack. We the people of this land, and people are coming here to attack us. And it's not just a one attack, it's everything. It's the religion, it's the titles, it's the money, it's all of that. They came here to wage war against us. And that's what we under right now. So however you self-identify, like the brother was saying earlier, it's a spiritual war. Once they attack your mind and get you confused, then they can turn you any way they want to turn you. So you got to be assured in yourself, knowing who you are, and understand that you're at war at all points of the day, from the advertisement to all the bullshit. We under attack, and they trying to get us off our land because this is the land of milk and honey.
All right, let's go. Man, and that's some real words, man. So I hope y'all take heed of that, man. Because a lot of these brothers say some shit, and I know we speak so fast, and it's a lot of motion. But try to rewind the tape, man. Go back and rewatch the videos. A lot of jewels been dropped. We got Birth Moore on the panel, man. What's going on, Birth Moore? Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings to you, bro.
What's going on with you, brother? You got the flow?
All I want to say is, man, yeah, I don't, want to call anybody nigger or Afro-American, any of that. I respect to you Aboriginal power, and I watched a lot of your videos. You're on point to many things, but there's much more to it than what you're saying. I agree with everything that you're saying, but we are all from this land, America. North America is your homeland. When Malcolm X went over to Mecca, he explained to them, he was explaining when he drank from the same cup of the white guy that drank from his cup. He never seen that before. It never happened in America. Never happened anywhere else outside of America. The thing is, they told him he left home and that America was his home and it was Northwest Africa. They also told him, that's when he came up with the phrase, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us. However, Martin Luther King said the same thing this way. We are being tortured, prosecuted, and murdered right here on our own land. Now, in America, wherever they build prison more than anywhere on than all the prisons in other countries. The reason for this is because they can't deport you anywhere like they do the Mexicans or the Puerto Rican or any other nationality. You were already here. When Christopher Columbus came here, 1492, he saw you, the Indian, and stated that. But he was saying it in a way, in a derogatory way.
Nah, but see, he also cleared the air and told you why he called us Indians.
Okay. What did he say?
He said that he used the Moors to travel because they had access to early migration.
You're right.
And the Moors took him the long way to the Americas, so he thought he sailed off to the India. That's the reason why he called them Indians, but he's seeing people of black pigment skin with long hair. That's what he said.
Okay.
Shit, I heard he was a Moor.
I'd heard that he was a half or more, but I read that from
what's
John
a half
Henry
more?
Clark.
Hold on. What's a half more?
There is no such thing as a half Moor.
You're
Christopher
right.
Columbus was never a Moor.
No, the guy that he was
That's like,
with, he was like what you call it, half
The
breed.
navigator.
Yeah.
Peter
That's
the
how they
Black.
used
Peter
people
the
to get
Black.
around. They used us to
one
get
of
around.
the meanings for more is navigator.
Peter the Black.
Mr. Man, how you pronounce your first name? Superman?
Superman.
Yeah. The thing is, I ain't gonna be calling nobody no niggas, no Afro Americans, any of that. But I appreciate everybody's on here. But it's good to be respectful to everybody. And you real, bruh. I'm just saying, you real. I am originally from Chicago, but my parents are really from Alabama, and this is where I'm at right now. The thing is, wherever I go, I've been to California, I've been to Trinidad, I've been to Mexico, I've been everywhere. Our people are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And
Migration, the Great Migration.
nowhere on the face of the earth have this fellow, the Caucasian, has been there first. Nowhere.
Hey man, turn that down. You're gonna get the stream knocked.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey guys, I wish I could talk to you guys more, but something just came up. I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna leave my email, and I would like to get in contact with you, brother.
Who?
You. I would like to speak with you.
About what?
About many things about America, North America, about who we are and how. Damn. I'm gonna cut this thing off.
I know who I am. I can trace my ancestors back.
No, I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that at all.
So listen, let me show some shit on the screen real quick.
Ahead,
We're gonna show some things real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
We're gonna get into a little bit real quick. Even in Africa, they tell you where the shit come from. The screen. All right, let's get to it real quick, man. This is just a little bit that we got lined up for you guys. Civilization in the ancient Egyptians.
Yep.
It said, and who introduced the idea of cultivation to Africa? The biggest change that the South Americans brought to Africa was the change in agriculture and foraging to cultivation. You understand that? Before we even get into it, it's telling you that the South Americas brought all this shit to Africa. Why they don't teach y'all that? They teaching you the opposite way. Not only did South Americans introduce cultivation to Africa, but they introduced a wide variety of crops to Africa. The land of North Africa at the time had an amazing agricultural potential, but was lacking the variety of agricultural crops. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we brought all this shit here. Not even what you think is African tradition dishes.
Right. I agree.
Let's get into it a little more. Today, more than 90% of crops variations that exist in Africa are South American Indian crops. All the root crops that are grown in Africa today are South American crops. Nearly all vegetation variations and cultivated in Africa today originated in South America. Most African traditional dishes, let's get into it. Most African traditional dishes originated in South America. Among the crops that are the South American coconut, you can see on the screen. I'm not gonna bore you guys. But it also says today, several thousand years later, between indigenous culture and I understand that. So we went there thousands of years ago and did this shit.
Nah, see, that's
thousands.
That's facts because I have seen an article where they was talking about how they were able to trace back like some of the indigenous people, like the originators, basically.
Yeah, we the original.
Listen, basically they said that those people traveled.
Can I ask
Look,
the panel a question?
Yeah, I got you, big dog. Look, this book is from the golden age of the Mayas, right? It talks about the Mayas, southern Mexico. It said Negroes, one of the 12 tribes of Mu, right? Settled largely in South America. That is why you find these huge Negro heads and many thousand years old here in the jungle. Other Negroes managed to survive in the New Guinea area in South Asia after Mu was destroyed. Now listen, the cataclysm 1,000 years ago. Now let's get into this. Africa was largely depopulated after the last pole shift, about 10,000. Hey, everybody mute up, please.
Man, feed that dog.
Everybody mute the hell up, please. Yeah, thank you. Everybody on the panel. 7,000 to 8,000 years ago, Negroes from Central and South America migrated to the area that we call Nigeria and began to populate those areas, while meanwhile Davidians settled in Abyssinia, South Arabia, and while Asia began settling in Madagascar and East Africa. The Bushmen of the Hisnots are the remains of these people. The world is one large history of the migration, invasion, unfortunately, of war and cruelty. And South America, like Asia, apparently had just about every race in the world living there at another thing. So this is another perspective. But what it's telling you is that all the science and the understanding of civilization came from here from the Americans. It's really nothing else to talk about. Even Thomas Jefferson even said this shit. Even Thomas Jefferson even said that this shit came from the America. Let's get into that right quick, man. I just want to show some shit. This is from Thomas Jefferson. Now let's get into that. Page 75 of the traditions of the earliest Americans, right? So it's the Americans first inhabited of the continent. It said it was believed that the wise Thomas Jefferson that the Americas was the first seat of the human race. So Thomas Jefferson even believed that America was the home of the human race based off of the evidence. We'll get into that in just a second. That the people from the Western Hemisphere, a letter written by him, written to the presidents in Styles College in 1786, while he represented the United States at the court of France, was published in the American Museum of November 1787 on page 492. From the letter, the following abstract is taken, clearly stating Mr. Jefferson believed that the first inhabitants of Asia, who much resembled American Aborigines, went from America to Asia instead of Asia to the Americas. So you got a lot of literature that supports us going over there, settling, bringing this heat and all this information over there to the other hemisphere. It's been going on. You see what I'm saying? They be trying to act like it's not, though. We know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Even there's just so much literature out there that goes into us going over there. Like I can just overwhelm y'all with literature that talks about us going to Africa. Like, look, the idea that Europeans who introduced civilization to Africa is one of the biggest historical myths. In fact, evidence, archaeology, oral history, traditional language indicate that it was the South American Indians who introduced civilization to Africa some 7,000 years ago. So not only is you keep hearing the roughly same dates, you keep hearing the same story by over different literatures in the course of time, by data, traditional, oral history, traditional and cultural practices. Long before the African some 7,000 years ago, long before the Greek and Roman civilization emerged, the South American Indians had introduced civilization to Africa, thereby making Africa the second continent in the world to become civilized. Spurred by the South American Indians, Africans built great empires that lasted for several thousand years at a time, contrary to popular myth. The Western world that invent the Europeans destroyed civilization in Africa rather than made it. So, yeah, it's a lot of other literature that goes into a lot of other shit, man. I'm just giving y'all the little clips that I got loaded up. I can go through so much that proves that Americans went over there. I can get into the crop, which is, you know what I'm saying, agriculture. We're going to get into the geography. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into oceanography. I'm gonna get into cultural aspects. I'm gonna get into anthropology. I'm gonna get into the archaeology that's found and compared to here. Like it's overwhelming evidence, man. This is not nothing that a nigga can just break down in 1 second. You see what I'm saying? It tell you that a large group of people migrated into Africa. Matter of fact, that's how one continent can become so diverse. You can't get diversity without other groups of people coming there. This is how you get genetic bottlenecks. This is how you get population bottlenecks, and then So listen, man, this is very, 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 very complex breaking down this history. But listen, man, we'll talk about it on another note. We've been in here for 3 hours and 35 minutes. I'm gonna let my brother Superman ask this question and we getting out of here. I appreciate everybody for tapping into the live stream. I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you did enjoy, support the channel, man. Support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information on the bottom of the screen, ticking across. So yeah, support the channel, man. You know what I mean? The real support the real, man. Go ahead, brother Superman. You got the flow, bro.
I want to ask the panel, do y'all think that all melanated people are equal or the same?
No.
Can I go first? I'm gonna just say in a way, like yes and no. It's kind of like two sides of the same coin. Because like when you look at nature and like plants and birds and shit, say for instance like a jaguar and a leopard. What's the difference between a jaguar and a leopard?
The power that they possess in their paws and their jaws.
Exactly.
Where they at?
In a geographical area, right?
It's the phenotype and the genotype. That's what you're speaking of.
The jaguar has the second most powerful bite in the world, only to the American grizzly bear. So that's why it's more powerful than the leopard.
Right. No, I ain't talking about power. I'm talking about in forms of like you said, like genetics. Where is the jaguar located?
Americas.
Okay, where the leopard located?
Africa and Asia.
Exactly. So I just apply that same logic to indigenous beings. Like Africans, they indigenous.
That's right.
Where they from? We indigenous where we from. It's just like certain eagles, certain hawks. You know what I'm saying? They both birds, but they different.
That's right.
Yeah, they got different. So when you look at the ancient murals and shit, the priests down here in America wore jaguar skins. The ones in Africa wore leopard skins. I seen some with like ancient statue of like the little panther guy in Asia. He had tiger skins on. So like our ancestors had like a understanding with like I guess like big cats or whatever. But yeah, like to me, that's just the difference right there. Like it's not a difference, but it is when you start like we are indigenous. But like I said, when you start branching shit off and talking about like geographical areas where motherfuckers eat, where we come from, like culture. I guess culture and where you come from, like geographical area separate your ass apart. But everybody dance, everybody do music, but how you do it is what separates us. That's my shit.
To answer Buddy's question, I feel like we not the same because every other type of people they know about their background, they know about their back history and all of that. But us specifically, we don't. They're trying to keep us down for a reason. That right there tells you we not the same.
Nah, facts. Shit. Look at the basketball, goddamn me, or anything. I feel like that we kind of excel and shit for the same reason. I feel like the Jaguar got a stronger bite than all the other big cats, but it's a little smaller. So like
that's because it's in our blood. We adapt to the environment. We adapt to everything.
We the cream of the crop, yeah. But I still feel like they still indigenous to where the fuck they come from.
We got more of that primal genetic, more of that primal energy in us. So that's why that jaguar is more powerful than a leopard, because that jaguar came from that old time where it had to fight against like what they say dinosaurs or whatever like that, versus that leopard. That's some new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we are the same thing. We are the indigenous people. That's why when you look at
the history,
the Aborigine people, and when you look at the American sisters, you say, well, why she look so much sexier than that African? And because us Aborigine men, we had to see that high level of sex appeal to be fruitful and multiply across the world. And that woman had to be that sexy to where we was coming up before we built pyramids and all this stuff. You out there in that bush and you walk around naked. You got to see that sister as something beautiful to want to, like, you know, have sex and stuff. So that's why the woman's more, the Black American woman's more sexier than the African or any other Black woman. And that's why the Black American man, you put him in a boxing match, a martial arts match, you 9 times out of 10, that Black American man, he gonna smash an African, whoever you put him in there with, because we come from that old primal time. We had to fight against dinosaurs or whatever they say they lie is, or whatever the truth is. We was fighting against, you know, these titans in the times and the days. And you can still see that evidence of that when you put us in these physical bouts with any man on the world.
Yeah, man, these folks know what's going on, man. The Moors ran Europe for 700 years. That shit ain't by luck.
Other than just that, though, I feel like our ancestors ran this shit right here up into recent history. That's why they confuse you about who the fuck you is. Because once you connect them dots, our people like me and Big Brother was saying earlier, goddamn me, all of these big ass structures, these elaborate structures was already here. So imagine what was here before Reconstruction and
just
shit
like
like
you
that.
find in pyramids in Mexico. The same pyramids you find in Egypt.
Yeah, and like I said, man, y'all niggas going in, but shit, I'm about to get out of here, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all brothers for coming on the panel and bringing y'all information and y'all energy. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Peace and blessings, man. Like I said, y'all here with me uncovering this shit, because they try to cover us in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? They did. They literally covered us in the dirt. They do dirt on us. They try to hide our information. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing is, they did all that not knowing that we were seeds. You see what I'm saying? And once they threw that dirt on us, you know what I'm saying, we just grew from that whole situation. And now a lot of this information at our fingertips, and we're with our own truth, with our own facts and our own data. We're not settling with the primitive stories. We're not settling with the victim stories. We teaching royalty. We teaching government. We teaching nationhood. We teach inventions and innovations going back 15,000 years in America minimum. So yeah, man. So peace to all American Aborigines. Peace to all you brothers that's on the panel. I appreciate y'all for coming through. For those that enjoyed the live stream, double hit that like button, man. Share the live stream. If you really enjoyed it, you can send a donation in and support the channel, man. You know, support the channel. Hit that like button. I'll see you on the next episode, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, and we out. Peace.
See, my life has been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back. Got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show